Hello, creeps.
All right, welcome back to Fright Night Flicks. You're here with Dan and Darren.
What's up, guys?
What is up, everybody? I'm excited today because we are reviewing the 1980 Stanley Kubrick masterpiece, also known as
The Shining.
Here's Johnny.
I'm going to be honest. This is like one of my top favorite movies. I can't even believe we waited this long to review it.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't know that I have favorites, but this is a favorite if I'm going to call anything a favorite. You know what I'm saying?
You just have no favorites in life.
I have a hard time choosing. I think it's a decision thing. I have a hard time making decisions.
I want to get into this movie, so I'm going to blow through the beginning here. We're going to go straight to the synopsis. If you don't know anything about it, a family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister presence influences the father into violence. That's also debatable about what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. This whole movie's debatable. I don't even know what's real and what's not.
Yeah, dude, there's so much to talk about. At the same time, his psychic son sees horrifying forebodings from both the past and the future.
Good job on hitting that forebodings. I thought that was going to trip you up for
Big
sure.
Word, big word
you
in
practiced,
there.
didn't you?
Did not. That was actually a copy and paste from IMDb. Just went through it.
Shows you how much work this guy does.
I'm telling you, I'm ready for this review.
Oh, dude, I told Dan, I literally don't have to watch the movie. I did, but I didn't have to. I know this movie inside and out.
Yeah, dude, it's so good to watch. Okay, so if you don't know, this is based on a Stephen King novel from 1977, and Stephen King actually did like a TV adaptation.
Yeah, I remember that. That wasn't bad. It was with the guy from Wings.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't know his name, but it was all right.
Wings, there's a throwback.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
So there's also a lot of issues between Kubrick and Stephen King, because Stephen King, you see, he gave him a script. That was part of, I think, like, hey, you're going to make the movie. I get to write the script. Gave it to him, and Kubrick was like, cool, I'm not going to use it, and just wrote the movie. And there's some shots he took at King in this, and I think in some of like the interviews and stuff.
Hey, dude, all I can say is the guy did a great job.
Yeah.
I can't knock anything he did.
Yeah, and speaking of that, it's directed by Stanley Kubrick, writers Stephen King, Kubrick, and Diane Johnson.
Guy.
At least that's what it says.
Never heard of that name.
Maybe we should have.
I don't know anyone's name, though, to be honest. Unless they're like a big time name, I won't know you. I'm sorry.
Right. Actors in this, Jack Nicholson, masterpiece.
Oh my God, dude. Nails it.
We'll get into it. Shelley Duvall and then Danny Lloyd. So Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it an 84%, audience 93%, so very highly rated.
You know what, though? I honestly would expect more.
I would expect more. I feel like, again, this is like when it came out, people thought of it one way, and over time, it's changed.
Dude, you know what I thought? I wish I could erase my memory and just experience it as a new movie.
Well, Darren, have you heard of drugs? You can do that. We'll hook you up.
Right, we'll see how that goes.
We'll do the mind eraser. Hey, do you want more Fright Night Flicks? We got you covered. When you join our Patreon or become a YouTube member, you get access to a bonus episode every month. And trust me, we have some episodes you're not going to want to miss. Everything from cult classics to slashers and some of the most absurd horror movies that we just can't fit on the main show, like Troll 2, which has no trolls and isn't related to Troll 1. And if that isn't enough, you'll get early access to all the episodes before anybody else. And if you really want to be part of the madness, our top tier members can pick our horror movies and make us suffer through whatever you guys want. So if you really love what we do and want to help support the show, head over to Patreon, search up Fright Night Flicks, or just hit that little join button on YouTube. We'd love to have you. Back to the show. Well, let's see what the reviews say about The Shining. We'll start off with KHB. The descent into sheer madness is flawless, portrayed by Nicholson. The fear that Mrs. Duvall shows on screen is truly believable, truly a masterclass in filmmaking, 5 stars.
Yeah, dude, totally agree.
Yeah, the actors nailed it in this one. I mean, couldn't cast like better.
I hate doing this part because I have so much to say, but I just don't want to yet.
We got to hold it in. We'll just say we agree.
Yes, good job.
Okay, next one. Innard, one of the best movies I've ever seen. The tension is palpable even when you're not there. And I love Jack Nicholson's performance. I don't understand why Stephen King didn't like it. 4.5 stars.
I wish he would have told us, why did he leave out a 0.5?
Yeah, I don't know why I left a 0.5, but I can tell you why Stephen King didn't like it. If you write the book and then write the script for the movie, and the guy who makes the movie doesn't use the script or really follow a lot of the book, you may not like the movie.
Totally understandable.
Yeah. Stephen C., great acting from Jack, but I still don't understand the story of this weird movie. 2 stars.
I mean, Steven, you got to reevaluate things here, buddy.
I think this is one, Stephen, you got to give it a second watch and realize there's a little more to it.
Yeah.
I could, dude, honestly, it was hard to find low reviews for this.
Dude, you know what? I went on Rotten Tomatoes and I was actually just looking at the critics who scored it, like gave it a rotten score.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked. It just surprised me that some people don't like this movie. I just thought everyone agreed we love this movie.
Well, Darren, different people in the world have different opinions.
I understand. Honestly, I don't know anyone that doesn't like it.
Well, I'm going to introduce you to another person here. I didn't like it. Movie's too long, too boring, and why the hell would someone live in a place like that? 1 star.
Okay.
It's like, I have issues with this, though. It's like, why would they live in a place? Well, they didn't live there. They stayed there for the winter. And if you watch the movie, you understand why they did that.
Yeah, and I will say, it was long, though. It is a longer movie, but it works.
Oh, dude. Well, let's get straight to it. Initial impressions. First of all, Jack Nicholson. Did he do all the cocaine for this movie?
Was he on drugs during it?
Yeah, I mean, the dude is crazy. I also watched, if you go on YouTube, they can show you, there's some behind the scenes where he's prepping for that scene where he busts through the bathroom door. The dude is insane.
I love his acting in this. He just brings this unsettling character to life, right?
I mean, yeah.
You just don't know what he's doing even before he turns bad. Can we give it away here?
Well, yeah, he's going to go bad. Yeah.
Even before he makes the turn, it's like you don't know what to feel from him because he's just kind of giving you these different unsettling emotions and then the looks on his face. And then when he does turn, you're like, dude, this guy is insane.
Well, he doesn't even have to say anything. It's, like you said, the looks. There's some parts, and I'll talk about it when we go through it, but it's just the way he's looking. You're just like, oh my gosh, this guy is in another world here.
Yeah, you just never felt comfortable with him throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, he's he builds tension. You can tell, you wouldn't even want to be around him. You have to walk on eggshells at times.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you have Shelley, Shelley Duvall?
Duvall, yeah.
Man, she's great because she is just, let's be real, she's a weird looking person.
She's odd looking. I mean, she's got those big bug eyes, that black hair, white skin, super white.
Yeah, weird looking, but it's totally effective when she's scared. It just works. It looks terrified to me. It's weird. It's unsettling.
And she plays that meek wife that's just trying to please him and just trying to do the best that she can. And it's not working.
Yeah. And then you have that poor little Danny just running around, and he's even a good actor. He doesn't talk that much, but it's you could tell he's just this interesting, strange little child.
Yeah. Also, dude, the whole dynamics between the three of them, it's uncomfortable all the way because even, the kid has his own issues that you're just you're a strange little guy.
We probably should say, in case you haven't seen this movie, it's basically a family of 3, 2 adults, 1 child, go up into the mountains to house sit.
Yeah,
they're
watching over the hotel for the winter.
Yeah, and they're isolated the whole winter. We'll get into it, but that's the gist of the story. But yeah, no, Danny has this special shining.
Yes, an ability. Well, we need to hit that in the synopsis.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, so the acting, great. All the way around, loved it all. I mean, dude, the music.
Oh, man.
And obviously the cinematography.
Sure.
Cinematography.
Yeah.
It just all works. I mean, just from the intro too, where you're coming into this, you're going up to the hotel, you're following the car. We'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah, I was like, hey, trust me, we're going to talk about this.
Oh, dude. It makes you feel so isolated when you're watching them at this place. Overall, the location where the hotel's at, you're up in the wilderness with the music, it all just works. It is creepy.
Well, Kubrick also played some game. I'm not going to try to do too much Kubrick glazing. There's enough of that out in the world. He did a great job, though. And he does weird things in movies that keep you very unsettled throughout the entire thing. So some things he'll do, there's shots that make no sense in this movie, and we'll talk about them as they go. Windows that should not be there. Rooms, here's the thing. You're in this hotel. It's really not that big, but they make it seem very big. I never got the layout right in my head of where I am.
And you think that's by design?
It's totally by design. The way he films things and shots, what should be there isn't there.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. I watch all the documentaries too. It's been long enough that I've forgotten them since then. But yeah, when I'm watching, I was trying to, for the podcast, figure out the layout. And yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, people have made maps on it of diagram because it's really confusing. He also will remove things from scenes. Like a chair for example, will be in the scene, and then the next, like, it'll switch like characters and go back to like Jack, for instance, and that chair that was behind him is now gone.
Oh,
and
weird.
it's little things, I think, that subliminally
Got it.
get in your mind where you're like, something's off, but you don't realize it.
You don't even think about it. Can we also say, I think the biggest star of the show is just the hotel?
Yeah.
Like that, being alone in a hotel, and the way this hotel looks, the design, it's kind of got that, 70s feel or whatever.
Yeah.
It is just creepy. I was thinking I would never even stay there alone. Like there's a part where Danny's riding his little tricycle around or whatever. It's not a tricycle. Was it a big wheel or?
Yeah, but it is a tricycle.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
3 wheels.
3 wheels, yeah. When he's riding it around, I'm like, dude, I would never even ride around that hotel alone.
I just got a good visual.
I'm a 40-year-old man.
I got a good visual of you on a tricycle. Well, that's like, okay, we're gonna, that's the movie, but there's like layers on it because people have now dove deeper into this thing, and there's all these theories that what this movie's actually about, and to the point where now I'm not even sure what it is about.
Well, I think I'm going to go at face value what I believe it's about. But yeah, but that's a cool thing. It is up to interpretation.
Yeah, there's a lot of little like things he sprinkled throughout the movie that have given people their own way of viewing it. And I'm going to be honest, I think a lot of them, they take some leaps with it, but I'm with you. I've kind of come to like the way I look at it, it's like what I saw in the movie, what makes the most sense to me. I'm kind of going that route.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The ending is great as well. It leaves you with this kind of cliffhanger, like, what? Wait, what am I seeing here?
The ending is, it's a lot to take in. And I still don't really understand it totally, but we'll get to it.
Part of the fun. All right, we gotta break it down.
Let's just jump straight into this thing. It all begins on a drive to the Overlook. So the Overlook is the hotel. I think it was the Timberland Lodge is the actual one. And I saw another name for another one. I think it's in Colorado, but I think this takes place in Colorado.
Okay.
They just changed the name of it. But it starts with this scenic drive, and you're going through this like beautiful countryside. What would seem to be beautiful and like happy isn't, though, because you're in this, first of all, I think they filmed it from a helicopter. So you're on this angle where you're like looking down on this car traveling on this road, and it's like desolate.
Yes, and you also have this ominous music going on, like the da na 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 or whatever, something
That's
like that.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good off the top.
But then there's like weird shrieks, like
yeah, but dude, I mean, a great intro, because what I got from it is it feels like you're on this journey to the middle of nowhere, right? Like you're going to be alone out in the wilderness here.
And you feel like something's going to happen.
A sense of dread?
Foreboding?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Both were good words.
I did notice, though, at one point the car goes into this tunnel, and I swear to you, I don't know if there's any truth to this, it looks like the tunnel from Cabin in the Woods. Like that covered tunnel that he drives through the mountain.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a while, but I'm sure Cabin in the Woods probably took the tunnel from this. I don't know.
I have no idea.
As a little nod to it,
just
I don't
saying.
know.
It's something I noticed. I just wanted to say it. That's all.
Okay. Guys, this podcast could easily be 4 hours long.
It could. We could talk about this nonstop. We finally arrive at the Overlook Hotel, and just the way like you see this thing, it's this huge hotel. We kind of already described it. It's like a mountain lodge surrounded by like, it's almost like an empty wilderness where there's like, just a few trees on this mountain, and there are trees around it, but it's kind of barren.
Yeah, the hotel is huge itself, and then behind it is the giant mountain. It's almost like you're at the base of the mountain, even though you're already high up in the mountain. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the mountains overlooking the hotel, which is overlooking the like landscape.
Yeah, it's good.
Really, really interesting. Just awesome to look at. But when we get here, there are cars around. There's still people. So it's not totally like scary, but it's interesting. Oh, I did have a thought though. If you just change the music in the beginning, this could be feel completely different.
Like some 80s like dun 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 dun.
Yeah. It could easily turn into some Chevy Chase movie.
It's totally true.
So there's like throughout the movie, there's like different sections. So this one flashes to like the interview, and then it goes from like the sections to like time frames.
Okay.
So this is the interview section. Jack is arrived at this hotel, and he's there to meet with the manager. Okay. So it's just Jack at this time.
Jack Nicholson playing
Right.
Jack.
Jack Nicholson arrives at this hotel. Now, his name in the movie is Jack, so we'll just go with Jack.
You know what's confusing? Jack Nicholson is named Jack. Danny is also Danny. I forget his last name, the actor's real name. But then Shelley Duvall is not Shelley.
That's Wendy.
Yeah, that's confusing.
It is a little confusing, but actually I think it makes it nice that their first names match.
I know. I wish all of them matched, though.
Well, they
for
don't.
me,
They
you
don't.
guys know, I forget names.
So Jack arrives for an interview. He goes in the hotel, and here's where he meets with Mr. Ullman and Bill, his little sidekick. By the way, things are like kind of weird from the start. For one, this Bill guy, he's in like several scenes, doesn't speak.
I thought that was interesting too. I wonder if they cut his scenes or something.
I don't know. He just kind of sits to the side and doesn't do much. The only time I remember him speaking actually is later on. The main guy asked him to get luggage, and he's like, okay, or something.
Oh, you know what? I honestly didn't even remember him in the movie till I watched it just this last time. I'm like, oh, who's this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Now, the other thing that's extremely interesting about this room is the window, because the window should not exist.
Because they're supposed to be within the hotel?
So they're in the hotel, in the office, and I don't know if it's this scene that they show it. It might be later when he goes back to the office, but there's a hallway, and you can look down it, and then it splits off to another hall. Well, when you take a left into this room, what is behind that window should be like that hall and rooms. There's no way it should exist.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yet it exists, and there's a like bright light. It's like super bright in the room. So it's just interesting that the window shouldn't even be there. It's a weird little trick they play.
Yeah.
Mr. Ullman, he's the manager of this Overlook Hotel. Every winter they shut down this hotel. Basically, they need someone to stay there, kind of protect it from the elements. If stuff gets damaged, fix it, and then like turn on the boilers and some electricity. They have like a checklist they have to follow.
Hey, they call it a caretaker in the business.
Okay, he's a caretaker. Jack does no caretaking, by the way.
Jack, well, we're going to get there. Jack he's some issues he's working through.
He gets hired as the caretaker, yet does no caretaking.
Yeah, you're right. Wendy does it all.
In fact, he does the opposite and actually destroys things.
He became a little bit of a problem for the hotel.
Yeah. Like
Well, it depends which side, if you're talking about the ownership or if you're talking about the people who live there currently.
Yeah, you know
there's what I'm saying?
Two managers, one
Two
might say.
people running the hotel. Or two groups, I should say.
That's true. Mr. Ullman explains, winters can be tough, though. All right. It's not this easy cake job. There's a tremendous amount of, some might say, isolation going on up here. And for some, this can be a problem. Now, Jack is like, cool, I'm totally cool. He was like a teacher before. I think some things went bad there. I don't remember if that's in the book or the movie. Now he's like a writer, although I don't really know if it's ever explained what he's trying to write.
It seems like he's stuck on a one sentence.
He has one idea. He's got that idea nailed, though.
He's done it in many different ways.
But Jack's like, okay, this would be perfect for me. I can write up there. I can do this caretaking stuff. It's a good fit, right? So the interview seems to be going really well. But then Mr. Ullman's like, there's one other thing I just kind of need to mention to you.
I love it, too, because you could tell Mr. Ullman is trying to be delicate with this part. Because he even goes, he's like, well... and he kind of laughs, and then he goes into the story.
See, I thought that was super strange. The way he talks about it is just, it's weird to talk about this situation the way he does.
Yeah, I took it as him being uncomfortable, but it is odd. But yeah, the whole thing is unsettling too, though, because it's like, hey, you're going to be staying here, and then let me tell you about something horrible that has happened here.
Yeah, and let me just tell you guys what happened. You see, it was the winter of 1970, and there was a tragedy. Charles Grady had stayed there in the winter, just like Jack's going to do, with his wife and two girls. The problem is he had a little bit of a mental breakdown, and he decided to murder his family with an axe and then take his own life.
And then, well, blew his brains out.
Yeah.
That's kind of how he delivers it, you know?
Yeah, with like a little smirk, like, huh,
I'm sure that won't happen again, though.
Yeah. How could it ever happen again? So we're kind of like dealing with that. And then we cut over to Wendy and Danny. Now, Wendy and Danny, that's Jack's wife and child.
Yes.
Okay. They're discussing staying at the Overlook for the winter. Wendy's kind of telling Danny about what his dad's like setting up here. Right out the gate, strange things. Okay. First of all, we already talked about it. Wendy's look is wild. She also kind of dresses like a doll.
Did she play in Popeye? Was she in the movie?
She has to have been olive oil.
Yeah, I don't know if she played olive oil, but she definitely is like an olive oil person.
She had to have, because that's like the first thing that popped in my head too.
Yeah.
Like she looks like olive oil.
She's an odd-looking person.
Right.
She's weird-looking. It just is what it is.
Well, her dress, too, to me, she looks like a doll. Like, she wears clothes like a kid's doll or something.
Okay.
It's weird. That's not even the weird part, though, because Danny is a strange boy. He has an imaginary friend, and we meet him pretty quick. Hello, Darren.
Hi, Daniel. Yeah, so he has his finger, which talks to him.
Yes, and his name is Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tony tells Danny right out the gate, like, hey, let's not go on this trip. And he seems to know something about the future because he also tells Danny, hey, Jack actually got the job. He's going to be calling soon.
Yeah, so right now we already know something special with this kid. And this Tony is not just a imaginary friend. There's more to it.
Yeah, there's more because the phone does ring and Jack does call. So he did predict the future.
Yeah.
Strange.
It could have been an educated guess, though. But yes, we know it's not.
Now, Danny starts to question Tony a little more as to like, hey, why don't you want to go to the hotel? And this sends Danny into a vision. I guess Tony gives him a little insight of why he doesn't want to go. Danny sees 2 red elevator doors, and it's like white walls with these doors just stick out right in your face.
Yeah.
Now, did you notice one's on the first floor, one's on the second floor? We're going to get back to that.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I looked into it.
Oh.
But this is my own investigation.
Right.
Now, you may be thinking, like, it's an elevator. Why are you guys talking so much about it? Well, that's because blood starts gushing, pouring from the door on the left. Now, the door stays shut, but it's like it's just coming through them. And it's like a waterfall of thick red blood.
To me, this is the most iconic scene in the movie.
The most unsettling, disturbing scene, and I'm still not even sure how I feel about it.
As a kid, I remember seeing this and just like, oh my God, I don't even understand why there's so much blood, but dude, this is freaking disturbing and scary.
Yeah, and just as you're processing that, we get a vision of the twins. Boom, snapshot.
Alive, though, right?
Alive.
Yeah, they're twin girls in this little blue and white dress.
Yeah, they're dressed like little dolls too.
Yeah, so immediately they're like, what is going to happen at this hotel?
Blood elevator and twins. Twins.
Yeah, hey.
No blood elevator.
We should dress up.
You put it behind us.
Well, yeah, it doesn't work for audio, bro.
The blood elevator was behind us, guys, for our listeners out there. So these twins, by the way, I'm just going to say these are Grady's girls, right? Grady's the one we learned may have murdered his children.
Well, it's not a question. He did murder his children.
I don't think they're actually twins. We all call them twins. I think they're just sisters that are like similar ages.
Really?
Yeah, because Grady didn't have twins. I think they said they were 2 different ages.
Well, I always thought they were twins.
I don't think they are twins.
Well, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we got to talk about something real quick. The floors, 1 and 2.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
What is 1 and 2 if you put them next to each other?
12.
All right. If you add up room 237, 237, what do you get?
8, 9, 10, 12.
Room 237, floors 1 and 2, subliminal sign. It all plays together.
Is that really what that was?
I don't know. I honestly did not read about that. I just noticed.
Hold
that.
on. I feel like I got tricked here. Okay, 1 and 2, floors 1 and 2 is 12.
Correct.
What the F does it? Oh, then if you add up 237, then that's also 12.
Yes.
I mean, that's a loose connection.
It's a connection, though.
I mean, this is yours.
This is mine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a lot of stuff with numbers in this movie. I don't know what it means a lot of times. I'm just saying that seems like an interesting coincidence. Why would you put the floors on 1 and 2?
Okay, yes, there probably is some sort of meaning, but that is what is great about this movie. You can find a million things in here. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
He found 1.
Correct.
Actually, and 2. See what I did there?
I did. I like it. Okay, so Danny has this vision, right? This is what we just went over. That was all just his vision. This sends him into like they call like an episode. It's almost like a seizure type thing where he just kind of seizes up. I don't know. He kind of like just goes into his own world.
Right.
Something interesting is what happens next because a doctor comes over to check him out. Now, in the scene where he went in the bathroom, I think that's where he had the vision. When the camera pans in, there's the dopey sticker. This is a big thing people talk about.
Okay.
On the door is one of the, how many dwarfs are there?
I don't think we call them dwarfs anymore. The 13 little people? 7? No, 7.
It's
7
right?
little people? No, 7 dwarfs, yeah.
Yeah, and then dopey's on there. After he has this incident or episode, that sticker is no longer on the wall.
Well, what does that mean?
People claim it's because he's like now he's no longer a dope. Like he now sees what's really going on.
Oh.
He can see what's happening. And then his nickname will actually be Doc later on, which is the smart dwarf or little person.
Oh, that's right. You know what's funny? When they called him Doc, I was thinking Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, so, well, that's because there's something that happens that makes you think that.
Oh, yeah. They say, "What's up, Doc?"
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's him assuming it's okay. Okay, interesting.
I just thought it was interesting. So he gets checked out by this doctor, an actual doctor, not the little person doctor. And the doctor asks him, "Hey, what were you doing when this whole thing happened?" And he's like, "Oh, I was talking to Tony." The doc's like, "Who's Tony?" He's like, "It's my little friend. It's the boy that lives in my mouth."
That was an interesting thing to say.
Just thought that was a very weird way to describe an imaginary friend.
It is weird, but we're just going to say he does have the ability to talk to something. We don't know what Tony is, even now.
So maybe he says that because it makes him say things?
Well, to him, it is almost a boy living in his mouth. Like, he just talks through him.
Okay.
Into him?
Okay, there's some... I can't help it in my brain. I'm thinking of some of the other angles with this movie. I'm gonna let that go for now. We'll hit that at the end.
Okay. But he has The Shining. That's what this whole thing is, The Shining. He has this ability to know what's going on. Tony gives him that information. That's what this is.
And if you want to hear the audio sound of The Shining, it's just a high-pitched noise.
I played it for you just now.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it's that noise. So when you hear that, you know, like, these images are going to come into play. The Shining has kicked in.
So what we have set up is that we're going to this location, isolated, and there is something evil here.
Something dark.
I got chills. I got chills just even saying it. Dude, there's something about this movie that just touches my soul. I think it's because it's just one of our first scary movies we really loved. And like that time in our lives, it's like it hits this nostalgia factor too. You know what I'm saying?
It's perfect.
Oh, it's so good
For us. Well, Wendy talks to the doctor a little more, and we learn that Danny has recently had an accident. Well, a little while back. He dislocated his shoulder. The doctor and Wendy talk a little more when the doctor digs into a little about the family. And Wendy reveals that Danny had a purely accidental shoulder dislocation caused by Jack.
Yeah. So we're going to this place, this creepy place, and there seems to be some problems with Jack off the bat.
But she does kind of cover it up like, well, Jack had a little bit of a drinking problem. He's been 5 months sober, though. He realized that he yanked on his arm a little hard, and he's remorseful. He's not drinking anymore, so that problem's done.
Right.
Now, there's people out there that would say Jack did more than yank on an arm. I'm not going to go into that at this moment.
What do you
There's
mean?
A lot of factors. Well, more abuse.
Oh, really?
Dark abuse.
No, I get it. I don't like the way you stared at me right now.
Well, because I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
I got it.
Don't make me say it.
No, it's just interesting. I wish I would have read the book before we did this. I would just be curious on the differences between that. Like, was that a thing that came from the book? In the book, was Jack as bad as he seems in this movie, or was he more on the better side?
I don't know. Didn't read the book.
All questions.
Interestingly, later on, Jack does talk about this incident, but he says it happened years ago, which is weird.
Well, he's kind of trying to downplay. Who wasn't he talking to? Someone special at that moment?
That was Lloyd, the bartender.
Yeah. So
he is special.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with the interview section. We're moving on to closing day.
What we just talked about, that happened like a month prior, right? Where Jack went up, got the job, and we saw Danny having those visions.
Is that a month prior?
I think some time had passed. Yeah, because now it's closing day. Everyone's leaving the hotel and they're coming to the hotel.
That would make sense.
Yes.
So we get the same view, that overhead view, watching the car as it drives in. Now it's Jack, Wendy, and Danny on their little adventure. Okay. So again, it's just that same view over top. Great view. We actually get in the car and we kind of see the family dynamics. Jack already is seeming very irritated.
He doesn't seem to like Danny that much. In fact, I don't think he seems to like anyone that much.
No, he's not. Something ain't right with him.
Someone you would not want to go to an isolation situation with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so again, they're just, dude, it's like we're just compiling all these unsettling things on top of each other.
Also, something I noticed when they're driving, Jack was the only one I noticed who had a seatbelt on. Is there a deeper meaning to that?
I don't know. Now,
Wendy could have had one on. It could have been covered the way she's sitting, but the kid for sure didn't have one on.
Different time.
I'm just saying, I think there may be more to it. They arrive at the hotel and you can see like the staff's shutting the place down. They're kind of taking like equipment in and out of the hotel. And then we get to one of these strangest scenes in the movie. And I don't even know if you know about this.
No.
So Jack is sitting in the lobby, and that's when the boss, Mr. Ullman, comes over and he's like, "Hey, Jack, nice to see you again." Jack's reading a magazine. Do you know about this magazine?
Well, I see here you have it written, a Playgirl magazine.
Jack is reading a Playgirl magazine in the lobby.
Wait, Playgirl?
Playgirl.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's for women.
Correct. You typically.
That's interesting because what happens later in one of the most, I almost said best, one of the most interesting scenes, it seems, to some guy on guy stuff.
Yeah, there's a scene in this movie that is way like out of place and strange.
Which fits the movie, though. It's dude. I haven't forgot about that scene because that left a mark. It was disturbing. It's like, what is going on?
It'll imprint on you a little bit.
That is so weird. He's reading a Playgirl. Why would they have him do that?
Exactly. That's what sparks other things in this movie. Like, what's that really mean?
Yeah. All right.
It's something to think about.
You guys think about it. I'm over.
So Jack and Wendy, they end up like all getting back together, and the guy Ullman shows them around this whole hotel. And this place is massive. Like there's these huge rooms. I think one's like the Colorado room or something, where it's like they got floor to ceiling glass or windows, you know, and they have a lot of, you do notice a lot of Native American things around. Like they'll have all over the walls pictures of like a chief, alluding to a lot of who was here before.
Oh, yeah, because I might spoil it. This was built on an Indian burial ground.
Yeah, Ullman,
of course.
A little bit later on, Ullman casually is like, oh, yeah, this was built on Indian burial ground. It's like, when did that ever go right?
Yeah, it's just funny. Of course, now it's such a trope. I don't know if it was back then. Probably.
Well, it's a Stephen King. That had to be from the book.
I'm sure.
Even
though I don't know, I never saw any Native American ghosts, so...
That is true.
I don't know what that played into it or if it did.
People have said the blood in the elevator may have been down to the graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know if that's a metaphorical thing, but...
All right, we gotta keep moving. But yeah, no, like you said, the decoration, it's got, like I said before, an 80s, 70s vibe. It's weird. It's off. It's odd.
Yeah, they do have one of the most badass fireplaces, though. This huge fireplace in this, like, kind of sitting area. I just thought it was awesome.
Cool. It's awesome.
So the family's getting kind of shown around, except for Danny. Danny went over to the game room and he's playing a little bit of darts. And that's when he's visited by the twins again. I know they may not be twins. We're calling them twins. They're the two girls that look alike.
Yeah, we for sure call them twins because I've watched this movie, I don't even know how many times. I've always thought they were just twins. But I'm still not totally believing you that they're not.
I don't think they are. I'm telling you, they said the girls were two different ages, like 10 and 8 or something.
All right. I'm sure you did the research, so we'll go with it. But yeah, so he's in this room alone playing darts, and all of a sudden these girls just show up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they're just standing behind him in their little blue dress, their like high white socks, and they're just staring at him. They're not even saying anything. Then they just turn around, don't say a single word, and walk out of the room. Now, during this part, we do hear the shining noise. So I guess this is, again, obviously one of his visions.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, these aren't two real people walking around. Yeah. I think it's pretty clear.
Well, yeah, but it could just be a natural ghost occurrence, not a shining.
Something people have pointed out in this scene, there's a skiing poster on the wall. And honestly, it just looked like a skiing poster to me. Apparently, some people thought it was a minotaur. That's the one with like the bull head, I think, and a guy's body, but the hooves.
Yeah, all jacked like, usually.
And the backwards, they are jacked. Yeah always jacked. But what are the minotaurs doing for a workout? Because
CrossFit. CrossFit and
a lot of supplementation. Yeah. But people have said the skier's leg, they look like the backward legs of the minotaur. If you look at it, it does kind of look like that.
So some devilish imagery.
Yeah, and also like there's something to do with labyrinths and minotaurs, and it's like we do have a maze we're going to meet here in a minute or see.
Okay.
So anyways, whatever. That's just something to think about. We'll just plant that seed and see what happens. Ullman now takes them to their apartment, and I don't even know where this is in the hotel, but there's like an apartment in the hotel.
Yeah, there's a section that's for, I guess, the workers. And so it kind of has a different feel when you go over there, but it's just, yeah, their apartment where they have a bedroom, a living room.
It's what's in an apartment, a kitchen maybe? Yeah.
A TV's also there.
So he shows up the apartment, then he takes them outside, and then we see this hedge maze. And this maze is freaking huge, dude.
Dude, it is. I mean, is there really a maze at this place?
Yeah, I think they built it.
There's no way, though, the size is the same.
Well, interesting fact, Kubrick actually got lost in the maze, so it might be.
Dude, that thing is gigantic. It's interesting.
It's like 14 feet tall or something. They say the height in the movie, I don't remember, but it's like, it's tall, and it's one of those mazes where you're like, you couldn't just cut through it.
No, I don't even think you can break through the branches.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's a little intimidating.
It's cool. Don't worry, we will come back to the maze.
Yeah. They end up arriving at the Gold Room. So within the hotel, there's a special room. It's like a ballroom. They call it the Gold Room. And this is where you would host like the big parties at the hotel. They go inside, and really the things we learn here is, one, they've removed all the liquor for the winter. No alcohols in the hotel.
Which is good, because Jax was an alcoholic.
I would say recovering.
Sure. I think you always are an alcoholic, actually, right?
I think so.
Part of admitting, letting go.
Yes.
I don't know.
We also meet Dick Hallorann, who's the head chef. Now he's going to be leaving, but he'll be coming back. So he's a big character in this movie. Very nice guy, older black gentleman. He's a likable character.
We're going to talk more about him in a second, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. He shows him the kitchen.
I was like, do we have to talk about him?
Yeah, he's in this movie a lot. So the family at this point splits up. Hallorann takes Wendy and Danny, and he's going to show them around the kitchen. Now, something interesting, as soon as they're in this kitchen area, Wendy's kind of like, this whole place is kind of like a giant maze.
Yeah.
So they're kind of telling you, like, it's the way Kubrick did it too. Hotel's like a maze, and there just happens to be a giant maze outside.
Yeah, you get the message.
Maybe my mind's in a maze right now.
The movie's kind of a maze.
This is a maze.
Life's a maze. The podcast's a maze.
So Hallorann takes him over to the walk-in freezer again. He's just trying to show him like everything they have for this winter to survive, all the food.
Yeah.
Right? Takes him in the freezer, and then he calls Danny Doc, which is interesting because that's Danny's like family nickname. Nobody has said this to Dick yet.
Well, it's really interesting because I didn't even catch it. And then you don't notice it till the wife, Wendy, says, hey, how'd you know his name was Doc? And he's like, Dick's like, oh, well, I heard you guys say it or something. But at that point, you're like, wait, they didn't say it.
They didn't say it. And then he does a weird thing. This was the one time with Hallorann, I'm like, what was that? He looks at Danny and he's like, what's up, Doc? And then does this weird lick smacking thing. And I think he's trying to be like the bunny, I guess.
I think he's trying to be like Bugs Bunny who chewed on a carrot. Like, what's up, Doc?
Okay, I guess that's what he's going for.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
that makes sense, actually. I didn't put that together.
You don't remember? Dude, talk about cartoons that have just kind of gone out. I don't even know if kids watch those anymore.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I bet our kids wouldn't even know who that is. They probably know Bugs Bunny, but
the legend.
But Doc, I don't know if he survived the ages.
Doc?
The Doc. Who's the Doc?
Yeah, Bugs Bunny says that. There's no Doc. He just calls people Doc. Hey, what's up, Doc?
Oh, I thought the hunter guy for some reason. I don't know. Whatever.
Wait, well, unless I'm wrong.
Okay, we'll just roll with it. Who cares? Even more interesting than that is when they come out of the freezer, you probably didn't even catch this. They're not even coming out the way they went in.
Yeah, okay, so I was watching because the freezer comes into play later, right?
Well, not the freezer.
Oh, it's the other room. I was I was paying attention, but I got lost. I gave up because I couldn't understand the orientation.
Right, they come out like on one side, or they go in on one side of the room and they like come out the other side. So it's like an illusion type thing. It's weird. Now Doc takes him over to the dry storage area. So that was the freezer. We go to the dry storage. And then you start hearing like the ringing. So Danny's inside. He's kind of just staring at Dick.
The person?
Hallorann. We'll go with Hallorann. He's kind of staring at Hallorann. And as they're looking at each other, that ringing starts. And then some crazy shit happens right here. Because Dick, Hallorann, telepathically starts communicating with Danny. And he says, hey, would you like some ice cream, Doc?
You're just like, wait, what?
Like, what just happened? He's just going to go ahead and talk to him in his head?
I can't get it out of my head. I don't understand how he can be talking to Wendy and Danny at the same time. I understand there's the shining ability, but to talk to two people at the same time is a whole different beast, right?
That's some multitasking.
That is like hard to do.
Very hard.
But yeah, so what we find out, he also has the shining.
Yes, we'll get to that. Actually, we'll get to it in 1 second here. So first of all, Danny goes with Mr. Hallorann. They go get some ice cream. Wendy, Jack, and the suits, they all go to like the basement. Go check out some more stuff. Now, the first thing you'll notice while they're having this conversation with Hallorann and Danny, above Danny is a rack of knives that are all positioned like right above his head.
Oh,
it's a little subliminal thing
like
going on.
Danger's coming.
Danger is coming. So Hallorann explains to Danny how he knew his name was Doc and how he could talk to him in his head because he also has this shining. He's had it since he's a kid. He can communicate telepathically.
And Danny's a pretty chill kid because he doesn't really seem surprised or talk about this or even ask him questions. He just kind of listens.
Yeah, and he kind of is more of like, Tony doesn't really want me to talk about this kind of stuff. That again, Tony, the little finger friend. So he kind of like, he's just kind of filling Hallorann out here.
That is the weird thing. I was like, why doesn't Tony want him to talk about it?
I took it as maybe like the family had issues with this before. And like, he's not supposed to talk about this, but yet his mom talks to him about his friend all the time.
Can we get into what Tony is? Do you have something saved for that?
No.
I didn't think so, because I don't really understand. I don't think Tony's a person. I think that's like his subconscious or something. That's himself, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I thought I read something too that it's his future self. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting, but he's good. He's not a bad character. It's interesting. The things he said, I just didn't understand why he would say that.
Well, it's his finger.
It's true.
So Danny, again, he's filling Hallorann out. He's like, hey, man, are you like scared of this place? And Mr. Hallorann's like, hey, I am not scared of anything here. It's not really scary. Then he like elaborates a little more. Some places, they're kind of like people. Some shine and some don't. So again, we're talking about that shining. All right. Now, you may not know what he's talking about because you wouldn't if you haven't watched this movie. So I'm going to keep going. I guess you could say, he continues on. I guess you could say the Overlook Hotel, it has something about it that's like Shining. He says Shining a lot here. Now, Danny processes this and he's like, okay, that's all like a cool story. But what I really want to know is something bad in here because I have to like stay here all winter.
Yeah, I don't really care about the Shining thing. Am I going to get hurt here?
And also, do you smoke crack? Because that sounded crazy.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hallorann goes on. He's like, hey, if something bad happens somewhere, sometimes there's like traces left behind. Normal people, you would never notice. But if you're a shiner, you're going to catch it. So basically, bad stuff has happened here. Maybe you're going to catch some shines.
Dude, and which makes it even scarier. It's like, okay, well, now we got confirmed there's some evilness here. We already suspected it, but now Dick's even saying that. What are we going to find out?
Then Danny asks, what about old room 237? You're scared of 237, aren't you? I like it because he kind of challenged him. Like, I know you're a little afraid of this room.
Because Danny knows more than he even lets on.
Yeah, or even lets us know.
Yeah. You can just tell that he's a processor.
Right. And Dick's...
I'm just like him. I mean, similar.
And who is Danny again? Anyways, Mr. Hallorann's basically like, hey, dude, just stay out of that room. Let's not talk about it. Let's move on. And we do, to 1 month later. So we're on these timelines.
Okay, let's go back, though, a month in the past now.
Oh.
Go back to Dick here. Why didn't he tell him more? I'm just curious, like, why he didn't warn him. I guess you could say maybe he just didn't want to scare him.
I don't know. It's like, how much does he know about this place? There's also some things with him I'm curious about. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say, though, he doesn't know what's going to happen, and you can't be like, hey, man, there's some evilness here, and your dad might try to kill you. You can't really say that because you don't know if that's really going to happen. I guess that's the thing. He probably didn't know.
I guess he warned him there's just things you might see.
Yeah.
And we can talk in our heads if we need to.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know how far The Shining goes, but apparently far.
I mean, we're there in Colorado and he stretches to Florida, right?
Is that where he was?
I think he was hanging out in Florida later.
Okay.
Some sick posters.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. So now we're a month later. Hotel's completely empty. It's just the family there.
Okay, let's also say I love the setup now. They've set it up. We went out. They showed us how far in the wilderness they are. They showed us when there were people there. So you're kind of comfortable-ish, although very unsettled. Now everyone's gone and it's empty.
Yes.
It's not yet winter, though, but nearing.
No. Yes, winter is coming, one might say.
One great man named John once said that.
Danny's now riding his trike around the hotel. And everyone who's watched this movie knows this sound. When he's on his trike, transitioning from wood to carpet, it's just it's cool.
I know. I was just sitting there and I'm thinking, obviously someone input the sound that's not from the actual him writing on it. I just loved it.
Yeah, it sounds so good. It's like, then it's like, shh.
It's almost like you're in a trance.
Yeah, it's hypnosis.
Throw that into a beat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I had that ability, I would, but maybe one of you guys would.
Dude, that's what I'm saying with this stupid movie. There's so much where I'm like, Oh, wait, that is kind of like a little trance music. Maybe they're hypnotizing us.
Hey, dude, this guy will go down rabbit holes, so we got to keep him surface level here.
I go so stupid sometimes. Like, trust me, doing this review, I'm like, I got to stay on surface level.
I didn't even go down to like go deep into the meaning of things because I knew I'd get lost, so I stayed up top.
All right, that's good. One of us has to stay alive up there.
Yeah,
you know, you got to pull me up once in a while.
What metaphor are we? Are we in the ocean?
I'm like scuba diving, but I'm like, it's not the full scuba. I like have the air hose down, and you're keeping track of that air hose. If I go under too far, somehow it's going to go in the water. You got to pull the hose back up.
Are you talking about scuba or snorkel?
Well, not a snorkel, but like a scuba, but not with my own tanks. My tanks are up on top. I guess I'm
confused because I don't fully understand how scuba diving works. So anyways, back to the show.
Now, the interesting thing with Danny on this journey, he actually does a full loop of the hotel. He does like a rectangle where he actually goes to where he starts.
And like I said, this dude's a savage because I would never do that. Even as an adult, I would not be just so cavalier to be riding around an empty hotel because it's creepy.
There is something about places like that have a lot of people in them normally, like hospitals, hotels, that kind of stuff. When they're empty, it's weird.
Which is why this movie works so good because you don't even need half of the stuff they put in. The hotel alone is scary.
True. You're true. Also, on his journeys on the bike, well, we'll talk about him when we get to him. There's very interesting things each time he rides his little tricycle. Danny's riding around doing his thing. Wendy now brings Jack breakfast in bed. The interesting thing, it's 11:30 and Jack is just getting up.
It's a red flag. Automatically red flag because you're like kind of maybe depressed. Things aren't going well if you're still sleeping at 11.
He seems to be staying up late, waking up later. But Jack acts like he's the happiest he's ever been. In fact, he's in love with this place, and it's almost as if he's been here before.
He says that?
He does say that.
Interesting.
It is very interesting. So
say that one.
Yeah, log that one. Later on that day, Jack's now trying to write, but you can tell it's just not going well. Like he's got a cigarette burning, no writing's being done.
It's clear he's procrastinating.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Now he's got a ball and he's just chucking it as hard as he can at the wall in the room. That seems to be what he's doing now.
And my take from this is that things aren't going well at all.
So while he's doing this, Danny and Wendy decide to go take a little voyage in the maze. And like we already described the maze, it's crazy looking. They run into it. And while they're in the maze, they have a really cool shot. You've probably heard of this one. Jack goes to a table and there happens to be like a scaled down version of the maze in front of him. And as he's looking over the maze, they transition to where we're over top of the maze and we're actually watching Wendy and Danny run around.
But it was so cool looking.
Yeah, it's like the looming presence is watching. Jack's like looming over them.
Yeah, you're right. Like he's watching them in the maze.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, is he watching them in the maze?
I mean, I don't know.
Like this hotel is so weird. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah.
Why do they have this maze like model in there?
Yeah, who built that thing?
I mean, I guess you would. That's kind of cool. You could. I would look at it if I was there.
Absolutely. You want to like strategically figure out how to get out. Right, left, right.
Oh, contra code.
Yeah, up, down, left, right.
Now we go to Tuesday. So some of these days go by pretty quick. There's not a whole lot that happens every day.
No.
I mean, otherwise this movie would be forever.
Yeah.
We're on to Tuesday. Wendy is cooking in the kitchen and there's a news report that a big storm is moving in. All right. So they just plant that seed. Storms are coming. Danny, he's back on his wheels riding around. Again, there's a lot you can dive into each one of these rides. There's things that shouldn't be there that he sees.
We don't need to go into it.
Well, we could. There's like an impossible like balcony. Like he makes too many turns to where it would be like on top of itself. I just think it's super cool the way they did that.
It is very cool, but for a podcast, maybe not so cool. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's cool.
I do think it's cool, but understanding like what you're talking about, I don't even totally get it.
Well, there's
the
also
visual.
times he switches floors. Like he's riding and you're watching him in a single shot, it appears, and he's like now on a different floor of the hotel.
That is so weird. It is interesting. I'll give it to you. I'm not saying it's not.
Okay. Well, even more interesting is he happens to ride over to room 237.
Dude, this kid, the balls on him.
Dude, I mean, seriously. He gets off his bike. And he decides he's going to go and check out this room a little. He goes over to the knob, tries to open it, and it's not opening right away. And then boom, vision of the twins. And it's a quick one. It's like a 5-frame shot. Like it just barely pops in and it pops out. You barely saw it.
Right.
But it's enough. He gets on his bike and he's like, I'm out of here.
Dude, when he tried to open that door, even though I know it's not going to open, it still just gives me anxiety. Like, why are you here?
There's a lot with this door. And again, I'm not going to go into it, but throughout this movie, so all I'm going to say this time, there's no key in the door. It's just a doorknob, right?
Well, and a door.
And a door.
Usually they're attached to a door.
A lot of things with this 237 that I don't quite really understand. Jack now, he's working through the night. So again, we're like transitioning, like, I don't even know, through the day where we're at times. He's working through the night, typing away. It might not even be night at all, actually. It might be day, whatever. Wendy walks over and she's like, it's friendly. She's always like super friendly and trying to be nice to him and help him with what he's doing, right?
Well, like you said, I get the vibe that she knows he's irritable in general. And
Yes.
she's trying to really walk on eggshells, trying not to upset him. So.
Right. But as soon as she gets near him, he kind of grabs the paper he's been working on, the typewriter, pulls it out, and it's like hiding it from her.
That, which is interesting.
I understand why.
Yeah. You might look a little crazy.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's just the attitude now. He seems to have changed a little bit already.
Yeah. Very irritable.
Absolutely.
And this is the scene where Kubrick did play some games. There was a chair behind him. They show Wendy, flashback to Jack, that chair's gone. And I think it kind of comes and goes throughout shots. Yeah, just check it out if you're watching. So Jack's immediately annoyed, just being interrupted. He's like super pissed off at her. Wendy's like, hey, I'm sorry. I'll come back later and, maybe I'll get you like a sandwich or something. Maybe you'll even let me read, read what you've been working on. To this, Jack's like, well, how about we just make a new rule? When I'm here, you just don't come in. Can you handle that one? And Wendy's like, yeah, I can do that. And Jack's like, well, why don't you just start now and get the F out?
Dude, he's such a freaking savage to poor Wendy.
Dude.
She's so nice to him. But the main thing you're getting out of this is this dude has lost it already. And you already don't want to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation. We're already in a bad situation.
And I get the frustration. If you've been procrastinating and she comes in wanting to read it, it's like, yeah, no, F off. I haven't done anything yet.
I've literally thrown a ball at a wall for 8 hours straight.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Now we're on to Thursday. What happens on Thursday? Not a lot. Storm comes in. Outside is pretty much like a whiteout. Everything's buried. Wendy and Danny go and play in the snow. Jack, meanwhile, not doing so great. there's the shot of him and he's staring at them, dude. And it is the most like demonic looking stare where his head's down, his eyes are up, and he just looks like just angry.
You know what it looks like? And it is so freaking good. It's so freaking good because it looks like he's possessed already, is what it looks like to me. He is just locked in, staring at God knows what.
At a wall.
Yeah. He's lost his freaking mind.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, now the more we talk about it, dude, by the way, I could just listen to you talk about this. I don't have to talk.
Yeah, it's good.
It's such a good movie.
I love talking about it. I could just talk. You know what? You might not need
Let's
to talk.
Let's talk about how we like to talk. We both like talking. How much do you like talking?
I love talking.
But dude, as we're talking about it, I'm like, dude, they're really just showing you how trapped each day they're getting more trapped, more and more. And this one, like, they literally they're trapped in now because the snow's come in, but also they have that little demon in there with them, Jack. Now,
it's not good.
It's like you're just effed.
And Jack's just part of the system here. There's more.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Saturday. So Jack goes back to the typewriter. Wendy, she goes to the radio. Smart move. She's like, I'm going to see if I can talk to somebody else for a little bit.
Just in case things don't go the way they should.
Right. She gets a hold of the Forest Service. She lets them know their phone lines at the hotel have gone down. So the only way they can communicate now is over this radio.
Yeah, and let's also just like say where we're at here. You don't see any other interaction between Jack and Danny or Jack and Wendy. It's just like from the get-go, he has just not liked them.
And it's kind of like everyone's doing their own thing here.
Yeah, you're right.
Not a whole lot of togetherness. Danny's on his bike again.
Just chilling.
So let's catch up with him. He's riding around the halls and he comes face to face with the twins again. It's one of those, I'm not going to get into it, but the way he drives around, maybe it doesn't make sense.
You say you're not, but then you do. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to acknowledge it.
Dude, I love it though. It's just like even the way he's riding down the halls and again, the noise, and then he just takes a turn and boom, the twins are there.
They're standing and it's freaky.
It's so terrifying because you're in this freaking giant hotel, snowed in, alone. Why are there twins here?
And the way he's riding around, you do feel like you're in a maze where like, I don't even know which way to get out of here. And it's like at a dead end, it feels like.
Yeah, no one's around. So what are you going to do about this situation?
Well, you're going to sit and listen because this time the twins, they speak. And the first thing they say is, "Hello, Danny. Come play with us."
Come play with us, Danny.
Chilling.
Terrifying. And now we get talking intermixed with imagery because as they say this, we get visions of their dead bodies chopped up laying on the floor.
It's just so disturbing. Again, they're wearing this white and blue innocent outfits. Then boom, shot of it covered in blood.
Yes. And then they say, "Come play with us forever." And then all of a sudden now you're getting those images, but now they're, lifelike images that aren't chopped up. Those are getting closer. And then they say, "And ever," boom, closer. And ever. They're in your face.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
They're here.
Oh, terrifying.
Oh, so Danny does what I don't blame him at all. He covers up. He's like, I gotta go into the shell mode. You know what I mean?
I do conceptually just hate the idea of covering. I'm a runner.
It's fight or flight. He actually didn't either.
I just flight. Yeah.
He did the freeze. That's an option too, I guess.
Yeah. Remember when our sister did that to you when you scared her in the hall?
Yeah, she froze.
She just melted.
So anyways, he gets enough courage where he's got his hands cover his face and he peeks through and they're gone. All right. Danny tells Tony that he's scared and Tony gives him a little advice. It isn't real. It's like what old Mr. Hallorann said. They're just like pictures in a book. You're just seeing some of the shines that were left behind in this hotel.
Yeah, so what we're to understand, these are ghosts. Obviously they were killed in this hotel by their father, and they're not going to hurt him, but they're just going to scare him a little bit.
Yeah, you're just seeing a little what happened.
Yeah.
Little history lesson on the hotel. Now we're on to Monday. Danny and Wendy, they're watching some TV. Interesting thing, this TV, it's got no cord.
Cordless?
It's cordless TV.
Interesting.
I just thought that was something to think about.
Okay. Those don't exist, right?
No, they don't. Danny wants to go to his room and get his fire engine, but Wendy's like hesitant. She's like, "Hey, Jack just went in there to sleep." Like, I guess it was a few hours ago, but it's like, I don't want you to wake him up. He's going to we're going to get lunch soon. So maybe then you go in there. We don't know. See, again, I don't know if this happens right now or if it happened earlier or what. I get thrown off because Danny just goes there anyways.
That's the funny thing. There are a lot of theories about what happened and when it happened. And maybe it didn't happen in the order in which you think it happened.
Correct.
We're not going to go into that though.
Yeah.
We're just letting you guys know there's theories. If you want to dig, go ahead.
So Danny creeps into the room, opens it up, but Jack ain't asleep at all. He's sitting on the edge of his bed, just kind of like staring.
Dude, and I can't say enough. There's so many shots. In fact, almost every scene in this movie, once they get snowed in, from here on out, it's like every scene, there's just so many disturbing, weird, it's kind of scary scenes. Like him just staring there is scary because, again, they're stuck there with him. And it's like, what the F is this dude doing? He's just staring at nothing.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Then he calls Danny over and he puts him on his lap. He gives him a big hug, but you can tell the dynamics between the two, it's not great. Like Danny does not seem comfortable with it.
So much tension because you feel this like push-pull thing going on, right? Where Danny's trying not to let his dad know that he doesn't like it here while his dad's trying to convince him and really kind of see where he's at with this thing.
Right. Well, Danny starts asking some questions. He's like, "Hey, Dad, do you feel bad?" And Jack's like, "Just tired." Also, the question, "Do you feel bad?"
It's interesting.
It is interesting because does he feel bad for doing something? Maybe he did something to Danny that is in the darker path that I don't want to go down, but something to think about. We'll talk about it then. Jack says he's just tired, but Jack says he would like to stay here forever. He loves this place.
It's a crazy thing to say, but okay.
You don't seem to be doing great, but okay. Then Danny's like, "Dad, would you ever hurt Mommy and me? Like, you wouldn't do that, would you?" And Jack's like, "Well, did your mother put you up to saying that? Because if she did, I might have to deal with that." He doesn't say all that. That's the tone of it,
There's
though.
some subtext here that Jack doesn't like Wendy that much, and he thinks Wendy's planting these seeds in Danny's mind.
Right. But Danny's like, "No." And you could just tell he's like, "You look like you're effing crazy. That's why I'm asking these things."
Oh, Danny's well aware that his father is gone already. I think he already knows what's going to happen.
I mean, he does have the abilities.
In a way, you know what I'm saying?
In a way, yeah.
In a way.
All right, that's what happened that day. Let's move on to Wednesday. By the way, each time you go to these days and stuff is getting shorter. And that's also a thing that I think Kubrick did. As we go from days, we're going to go to hours here pretty soon. And it does build on that, time is running out.
It's so funny. I honestly never realized that there were even day chapters like this.
No, that's what I'm here for.
I've seen this so many times, but You know how it is. Memory fades. Just life. I got a
is
lot of
life.
hits playing football.
Now, Danny, he's on the carpet. We didn't talk about the carpet. It's iconic carpet, though. It's like that. I don't even, there's a name for it. I can't forget the
You
name.
talking about
what
like
it's
the
called.
triangle thing? Or
Yeah.
not triangle, it's like square, octagonal.
Octagonal.
Octagonal?
I don't know if it's an octagon.
But it's like beige, orange. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's classic carpet. It's right here. And there's like, even sometimes there's talk about this because they do something weird with the carpet, because at first there's like a line going out, but then when they show him again, the carpet's flipped to where now he's almost like trapped in by the carpet.
Interesting.
It's again subliminal stuff going on. That's why I like this stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Now he's playing with his toy cars. The first thing I did notice, I didn't see that fire engine he wanted. So then I'm wondering, like, did he do this? And then he asked his mom for the fire engine?
We're not going down there. It's an interesting question, though. I respect it.
So as he's playing with his cars in the hallway, a ball, it happens to be that ball Jack throws around, just rolls directly to him.
There's no one here, by the way.
No
Alone in a hallway in this hotel. What do you do if this happens?
You go hide
You just
somewhere
run.
safe.
You just run.
And you leave this hotel. It's over.
But Danny's braver than us, admittedly.
Much braver. Much braver. Also, I don't think I heard, maybe I could be wrong. I don't remember hearing the shine noise during this part. Could be wrong. He looks up. Again, nobody's there. He walks down the hall where he arrives at room 237. We keep going back to this room. We don't want to be here, but we keep going to it. This time, though, there's a key in the a key in the door, and it's like cracked open.
So someone seems to be in there.
Somebody's opened that door.
And you might wonder, why is Danny even going to this door?
I am wondering that.
Yeah, no, me too. I don't know. No, I think, honestly, I don't think he knows what's in here, and he's curious, and he doesn't even know if it's bad or good. He just wants to figure it out.
Well, it sure seems like someone wants him to go to this door.
Yeah.
He keeps getting drawn to this door.
Yeah, almost like someone else with the shine is like pulling him in there.
Possible.
Yeah.
Or the hotel itself.
I mean, this is my theory. Like, I'm almost wondering, the hotel itself, it has a shine, right? Maybe it's like kind of polluting him.
Well, I think the hotel is a character. I think, didn't we talk about that? It is like
I briefly said that, but
in this movie, it's like a entity, a living thing.
Yeah.
It also could be Jack.
Dude, we're so freaking deep, man. This is great.
It could also be Jack, though. That's another thing. This
that
could
Jack
be,
might have the shine too?
Well, no, Jack could physically be in this room and sent the ball.
Here, well, let's tell what happens. Let's go. We'll talk about that after, maybe.
Okay, I'm just looking. I want to let them know so when we bring this up, they kind of see the path that some ways you can go. Now we transition. I know we built that up. We're going to transition away for a second because Wendy now is checking on the boilers and like the electricity. She's doing her little checklist of what Jack should be doing that he got hired for that he's not.
Yeah.
So she's doing this. Side note: there's a picture on the wall of the girls, the twins.
Oh,
our girls. Either way, there's a picture of him on the wall. Check it out if you want to. While she's down here, she hears Jack yell. He screams.
It's not just a normal yell. It's like deep and disturbing yell. Like
blood curdling yell.
Yeah.
She takes off and runs to his office, which is in that giant room where he sits at his desk, right?
Quick note, terrible spot to work. I would not want my back behind me like exposed, especially in a hotel like this. Don't like it.
It's super interesting, the shots though, because it's like the symmetry they set up, like where he's sitting at his desk in front is that big staircase going up, and it's like very symmetrical. There's also a ton of symmetrical things going on in this movie.
It's a great looking shot.
Yeah, the maze. There's a ton of stuff with that. We don't want to go down that path, but it's a thing. She finds Jack. He's having a nightmare at his desk. He's like asleep. She wakes him up. And when she wakes him up, he's like drooling and he looks terrified.
Yeah, he looks like he saw the devil.
Right. And he may have. That's possible.
Yeah.
He says he had the worst dream of his life because he dreamed that he killed Wendy and Danny. Not only killed them, he chopped them up into little pieces.
Yeah, and it scared him enough that he's having this crazy reaction, which makes you think like he thought it was real. Can this happen? That's a crazy thing for him to dream when someone did get chopped up there. He's been acting insane. You see where we're going.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. But even worse is Danny now stumbles into this room. He's not doing well either because now he's got marks all over his neck and he's sucking his thumb.
Yeah, he's not saying a word. He's just kind of like he's been through it, just walking towards them. As Wendy's trying to get his attention, He's not responding.
And remember, last time we saw Danny, he was at room 237. As far as like the way this movie goes, that's what we know.
Yeah, so it's just so creepy because you just found out Jack had this crazy dream. Jack's off the deep end. You see what just happened to Danny. It's like everything's falling apart now.
Right. So Danny strolls in. Wendy grabs him, comforts him. And then she's like, how did he get these marks on his neck? Jack has an abusive history. She basically looks at him and just blames him for the whole thing. Like, you did this to him. Because, I mean, who else would have done this?
Yeah, and Jack's in a state now where he can't even really talk. He's just like dumbfounded. Not like even mad, just confused. Oh, you put that up there, dang. I didn't even look there.
I know.
Twins, bro.
That was some twin stuff. That's what I use. He did look dumbfounded. Like, he didn't look like he did anything, or maybe he doesn't remember doing anything. It just is, he's out
confused, yeah.
Right. They take off. Now Jack's walking down the hall, and this is getting very interesting. As he's going down the hall, there happens to be all these mirrors, like every 10 feet or so. It seems to be every time he passes one of these mirrors, he has this like physical outburst where he's like, oh, like each time he passes it.
Oh.
Do you remember my talk about mirrors?
What about mirrors?
They seem to show oneself.
Oh.
Maybe another side to oneself that you don't want to see.
Oh, so the theory is when he walks by a mirror, he doesn't like what he sees.
Possibly. I don't know. That's a thing, a talk of like the mirrors, because I think every ghost in this movie, there's always a mirror around.
Oh.
Having said that, I don't remember a mirror in the hallway with the two girls. Somebody said that though.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, so he's walking in the hall. He's clearly upset, throwing fits, just kind of...
It seems to be timed with the mirrors. That's all I'm saying. He ends up arriving at the gold room. Remember we went to the gold room? That's where we met Mr. Hallorann.
Big party room.
Yeah, the empty bar. Walks over, takes a seat, and says two things. One, I would give anything for a drink. Two, I would give my goddamn soul for a glass of beer. And to that, the hotel's like, dill.
Yeah.
The hotel's like, we'll take it.
All of a sudden, things change. And there's a freaking person in front of him.
Yes, Lloyd, it would be his name, the bartender.
And it's not like a scary scene. It's like, oh, he looks up and it's like, oh, hey, Lloyd. Yeah, like they know each other.
Yeah, and this isn't like uncomfortable for Jack at all. This is totally normal.
Jack's like, God, I've been waiting for you, man.
And the bar is full of alcohol. So, yeah, Jack is looking nuts. Like he's gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
Like you said, it seems like he knows Lloyd. They're old friends or something. The interesting part is as soon as Jack takes a drink, did you notice his face?
No.
Dude, he gets the evilest look on his face and he just kind of like stares for a minute. It's kind of subtle, but if you look, it looks crazy.
Oh, weird. I never even caught that.
Also, I think this is the look. It's either this one or the one where he's staring out the window that when he passes away.
Well, there you go.
That it's the exact same look. Like people like laid the images over each other and it's like the same look he has on his face.
Dude, that is so interesting. I never caught that.
Yeah,
that's the
weird.
thing about Jack Nicholson that is so great. Like his facial acting is just like insane.
Dude, I mean, it has to be like one of the best acting performances of all time.
It's just, he just sells this psychopath.
Dude, I think you have to have a little of that in you.
I know. I'm like, who is he really?
Actually, saying that, I did read something. You remember that scene where he's yelling at Wendy for interrupting him?
Yeah.
That came out of like his real life. I think he brought that to the movie.
Oh, well, like I said, I could see someone getting upset in a situation like that. Not to his level, but...
Well, I think he said he was working on a movie, a script, and like his wife, probably ex-wife at this point, came in and interrupted him, and I don't think it went well.
Doesn't surprise me.
So Lloyd and Jack, they start having a little small talk.
Again, just the idea that he's talking to nobody in a hotel is scary and weird and creepy.
It is. That's correct. Jack admits he's got a little problem with the old sperm bank. In his words, not mine.
Well, yeah, I was reading that. I'm like, what is he talking about?
But, you know, he's got problems with the wife, but he's never laid a hand on Danny. He loves that little son of a bitch. Again, these is all awkward, weird things you're saying here, right?
Yeah.
But he does admit, you know, years ago, he did pull on his arm. But that was because, you know, Danny, he had been working on these papers. Danny messed him up. He had to do it. But, he, you know, it was a long time ago.
Right.
So he's covering his tracks here.
I like that he's talking to a ghost and he's still trying to justify what he did.
Which is interesting.
It is.
We cut back to Wendy. Now, Wendy is running through the halls with a bat, and she's hysterical. Last time we saw Wendy, she was accusing Jack of harming Danny, right?
Right.
Okay, this is where I find this interesting. She ends up going to the gold room, finds Jack in the bar, runs over, grabs his shoulder, and she goes, there's someone else in this hotel with us. A crazy woman in one of the rooms.
God, that gives me chills just even hearing that.
Yeah, she tried to strangle Danny.
Well, that's what's so scary. It's like, dude, imagine being trapped in a hotel and there's like ghosts or something else is in there with you and you can't get out. Like you're stuck there.
And an old woman in a room, that's scary.
Just a ghost in general. Yeah, but yeah, for some reason, old woman's even worse.
I know it is. But Jack has like a legendary line here. He looks her in the eye and he goes, "Are you out of your effing mind?"
I loved it. This guy who's been talking to a ghost says that to his wife.
Yes. And it's great. And it's also, though, I'm also like it's like, what does he mean by that? Last we saw, she was accusing him of attacking Danny, and now she's flipped it where she doesn't seem to even think that at all.
My understanding is that she probably talked to Danny and Danny told her, because we didn't see this happen, that, hey, it wasn't Dad. It was actually an old woman in the room, or a woman, we're going to find out.
See, I start like, my brain starts going to like, what's real, what's not, what's out of order scenes.
Well, okay, so now let's talk about this real quick. God, I hope you guys, hey, if you're still with us, bless you.
Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts, because we're not even close to done.
Well, and I understand we're throwing a lot at you, but hey, that's what's fun about this movie is honestly I love the speculation. So I have heard that there's rumors. People have speculated that maybe, like you had alluded to, that Jack is the one who was actually in the room, and Jack's the one who did that to him.
Okay, so there's a sexual abuse side of everything that is a big theory in this movie. And if you look at certain things, it starts to like, maybe there is something to that. The fact that he's reading the Playgirls is weird.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. That is like a bizarre thing to throw in this movie.
Right. Jack's having these, like, obviously Danny was grabbed on the neck. That was weird. Jack is going to go to this room 237 a couple times, or maybe once. We're going to get there eventually. Yeah. So he does go to that room. And when Danny went, there was the key in the door. So Jack would be the one to put the key in the door, right? Like, no ghost is going to put a key in the door.
Yeah, you're right, because they don't need keys, huh?
And it was cracked open, which is strange.
All right.
There's also the ball that rolled to Danny was the ball Jack throws around.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Danny did go to him at one point for the fire truck thing. That was weird. Sat on his lap. I don't know about that, but it's a thing.
Yeah, the way he interacted with Danny, too, is just off. Yeah, not normal.
Danny seems to be an abused child as well. So
okay.
There's that.
Right. Well, there's that angle. There you go.
Okay, and also there's a scene later on that
this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be.
The crazy scene we see later with a animal doing things to a man. We'll get to it.
Oh yeah.
The people have said, I thought it was a dog. They say it's a bear. Danny, when he's with the doctor's office, he's laying on like a bear blanket.
Okay, so there's stuff going
on. Obviously
Can we not go down that route? That's the end of we're going to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't need to go into that anymore. But it's
that wasn't fun.
No.
It is, dude. It honestly is fascinating, though, the different routes you can go with this.
Dude, and that one is the one that seems to have more validity than a lot of the other ones.
Well, because there's so many things that just don't quite make sense. But then when you just explained it to me like that, I didn't even realize half the stuff you just said. I'm like impressed. I was like, wow, the ball makes sense. The room the room with the key in there, Jack, the whole relationship, it all makes sense. The Playgirl, like what the F?
The Playgirl's a weird one. But anyways, that's, I guess, all we're going to talk about that. It's interesting.
Yep.
We cut over to Mr. Hallorann now. Also very interesting because he's laying in bed. That's not the interesting part. Interesting part is what he's got on his walls, because behind him and in front of him are two topless chicks.
Topless girls with afros.
It's odd.
Beautiful.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just a strange thing to have on your walls in your bedroom.
I know. Like, what grown man has naked women on his walls?
I mean, maybe it's a thing we should have. I don't know.
Yeah. Why don't we have more? I'm going to go bring it up to my wife.
Yeah. He seemed to be a single man. So I guess he wants to wake up in good spirits and go to sleep in good spirits. I'm surprised he didn't have one over his bed. That's
a little too obvious, right?
So as he's staring there watching TV, The Shining kicks in. All right. You hear that screech noise and he goes into a trance. It's going to get weird here. He sees room 237. Like, we're now going into room 237. Same time we get like an image of Danny going into his shine. He's having like his seizure.
Yeah. multiple shines going on.
Right. It's very confusing on how these relate to each other. We're just going to say that.
It's just almost like we're all seeing the same thing is what it feels like.
Right. Now we're in the room. This is inside room 237.
We're here, boys and girls.
We're finally here. The door to the bathroom is cracked open and we see a hand push it open. And that's when we realize we're with Jack now.
Yeah, Jack has gone into the room to investigate what's happening here.
Right. He goes into the bathroom and the curtain's like halfway drawn, but you can see there's like an image behind the curtain. Someone's in this bathtub.
Which is so freaking weird and terrifying that you can see something is there.
There's definitely something there.
And we're going to see it soon.
Yeah. Well, that lady is there. She pulls back the curtain and it's a naked chick. Not a bad looking chick.
Yeah, sure.
A good looking naked chick that doesn't say a lot. Not a speaker.
Which is so funny now being older, because when I was younger seeing this, we probably got our eyes covered. Like I never saw much. But now looking at it, I honestly was focused on her face to see like what she was.
I thought you were going to say the bush.
The bush was there too.
We don't need to go into that. But it's a naked girl. Okay?
Yeah. No, I'm looking at her face because I'm trying to see what message they're trying to convey. Like, what is this?
Well, from looking at Jack, it's that Jack likes.
I mean, I get it, bro. Dog's got to eat.
She stands up and Jack is like locked in on her, right? She's walking towards him and he starts like walking towards her. Again, there's no words spoken. They're just moving towards each other. Then she like reaches out and puts her hand on his chest, then wraps her arm around his neck. They kind of embrace and they start making out. Jack's doing a lot of like face mushing though. I did notice not the best kisser, one might say.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a weird situation.
Yeah. A random chick in the hotel. You're like, I'm just going to go for this.
Dude, shooter's got to shoot, man. Legend. He didn't even question. He's like, I don't understand it, but dude, I'm going for it.
I'm just in.
Let's see how far this can go.
Well, it doesn't go too far because he's making out with her, right? He decides to peek up and in front of him is a mirror. And in that mirror, he sees an old woman's body with like lesions all over it, just saggy skin and everything.
Dude, I got chills. That is so creepy just thinking like in that moment, he's like kissing a demon or something. I don't even know what it is.
It's not
and she
good.
just starts laughing at him.
Oh, dude, by the way, what do you think that mirror did? Reveal the truth, one might say?
Oh, shoot.
Another mirror. I'm telling you, these mirrors.
Interesting. You're right.
Yeah. But she does.
I would have been like, well, here, I can close my eyes because it felt pretty real.
It still feels good.
Yeah. Can we go back? I would have straight shattered the mirror. Let's try again. Reset. I'll come back in.
Well, yeah, this old lady, though, starts just maniacally, like, laughing at him. He's, like, stumbling back out of the room. We see Danny. He's still doing his seizure thing. Now, this is where it's weird because you're seeing, like, two images of what is happening. Because now we're seeing the old woman in the tub, and she's just kind of laying there floating. But then it flashes to her walking towards Jack.
Yeah. So that's what was confusing because it's like, wait, why is she in the tub? Like, am I seeing... Like, what is that? Is that earlier?
That's what I don't know. Is that Danny did go into this room and this is what happened? He saw her in the tub?
Yeah, it's almost like, maybe Danny was seeing what had already happened to him.
Or is this some other manifestation in Jack's mind?
We're not going there, Daniel.
Okay. Let's say he saw the woman in the tub, because that's what we're seeing with Danny now. So Jack backs out of the room, the disgusting woman, just terrifying, walking towards him, laughing at him, Danny seizure stuff. Woman in the tub then rises up. And it's like a Myers rise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Up.
Straight back.
Hated it. Jack now takes off out of the room, locks the door, walks away.
Boom. That's room 237.
Don't go in room 237.
God, dude, I love that room, though. It's so creepy. Everything, they build you up into going in there. They tell you, like, hey, don't go in there. There's something weird in there. Then once we go in there and see what happens, it's like, dude, what the F is this thing?
What just happened?
What is that room?
How do you even, like... process that?
There's a devil in room 237 and do not go in there.
So it could be like the heart of the hotel.
Kind of feels that way, right?
Like this is like where it happens.
What?
The heart. It beats. It's also like, I mean, obviously they both were like drawn to this room and bad things happened. Did it happen to them separately? Is there other stuff that was going on in this room? I'm just saying these are thoughts that I'm having. I don't know.
All right, let's get back on track. Good
also,
God.
Okay,
we should diagram where this podcast has gone. Like it's, it starts off in a line. How many times we branch off and then come back, then branch off, then branch back.
It's a maze, bro. But we always find our way out.
Dang, that was so good.
There's another theory with Jack is that he also does have the shining in that he used the alcohol to kind of numb it. So he didn't have it for a while, but now he's sober. It's coming back stronger than ever.
Yeah, I actually listened to Dr. Sleep, the book. I haven't finished it yet. I've been stuck at the last hour. I don't like to finish things for some reason. That's more of like a psychological thing with me. I don't know. Don't like the end of things. I kind of thought in the book that Jack wasn't as bad. And again, this is Dr. Sleep, the second one. So I don't know. But there was some alluding to the shining there as well. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Jack goes back to the apartment and talks to Wendy. He's like, hey, I went there. There was nothing in the room. So he says he saw nothing.
Well, but that right there alone, I thought was just even more disturbing. It's like this guy's not even admitting what he saw.
Well, he did try to cheat. So
Yeah, maybe we just brush that one under the rug. Hey, yeah.
I mean, how do you explain that? Like, you got to... Hey, I'm sorry. I tried to I kissed a girl. She turned out to be an old woman with lesions all over and kind of like maybe a demon of some kind.
Yeah, Wendy's like, you didn't think that was probably not real?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, dude, I get it, man.
Yeah, it's a tough one to kind of talk your way out of.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's like, I saw nothing in the room. But now she's like, well, if nothing's in the room, who did that to Danny? And this is where Jack's like, well, maybe he just did it to himself. He has all these episodes. Maybe he's harming himself. I don't know. I thought it was a weird thing to say, but Jack's being weird. So,
Well, it's like you just can't trust Jack now. I think that's Wendy's seeing that he's really lost it. The fact that he's even saying that's an option.
yeah. And he's not doing well, but Danny ain't doing good either because he's in his bed now. His eyes are wide open during like this conversation and he looks like terrified. He's looking at the door and on that door is written Redrum.
Love it.
Love it.
Love Redrum. How many times have we said Redrum in our household?
I've used it all the time. Still do.
Every day.
Redrum.
I try to bring it in. My manager's like, you got that project done? Redrum.
But he doesn't just see the red rum. He also has the image again of that blood elevator. This time the blood is now like, there's so much blood in this room that it's like picking up couches and moving them around. It's a lot of blood.
Seems like more than before.
Yes. And then we'll see it again.
Dude, the imagery of it, though, is just so good. And
It's a lot.
The music with it, it's just like the whole journey is so great.
I know. Enjoy it, guys. We're getting near the end. We got a ways to go, but I'm just saying enjoy it as we go.
We just want you to take inventory right now, mental inventory of where we're at.
Yeah, and maybe if you're enjoying it so much, you hit the little like button or leave us a comment on Apple or Spotify.
No, not a comment, a review.
Yeah, a review is even better.
With a comment, I guess.
Wendy at this point is like, you know what? I got to get like Danny out of here. We need to like leave the hotel. Jack, not on the same page. He immediately attacks Wendy for like sabotaging his work.
He basically is like, you always do this to me when things are going good. You throw a wrench in it, blaming her for all this.
Yeah, he's like, you've messed my life up. It's not happening anymore. He bells out of the room.
We all know this dude ain't leaving the hotel.
No, he's hooked.
He's going back to room 237 for another ride.
Let's try this again.
Yeah.
He's got a paper bag. Dude, Jack ends up meandering through the hotel and then he hears some music. That's interesting. Now the hallway has all these like balloons in it. So we're coming up on a party now.
God, it's so weird.
Yeah, he makes his way back to the gold room where we got a full-on 1900s party. I mean, I think it's supposed to be like the 1920s FFI now.
Yeah, and they have that music, which I'll play for you now. Just love the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love the vibe for a horror movie setting. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, and everyone's just kind of sitting around chilling in this room. Jack walks over to the bar, has a little talk with Lloyd again.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Who are these people?
These are partiers.
I mean, are they like stuck? Are their souls like stuck in the hotel or the shine? Like, did something bad happen to them?
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure one of them.
Yeah. It's just interesting to me to think about, like, what is this?
Yeah, who are these? Are they people that their souls are here? Or is it just a hotel playing games?
Yeah, and why are they showing him this, right? This is all for Jack.
Yeah, there's a couple for sure are here from things that have happened. The rest of them, I don't know.
Maybe it's like, hey, dude, join us. Like, this is a great time.
Yeah, you could be here forever. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Party, have any girl you want. Or a guy. Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
We saw you checking out that magazine, Jack.
Well, he does go to the men's bathroom. But...
Hey, Lloyd. What you got in your pocket? I gotta say, I killed my joke. It was supposed to be Grady, not Lloyd. In the bathroom.
You can ask Lloyd too.
Yeah, all right, it works.
I did find it interesting when he did go and get a drink from Lloyd again. Before he tried to pay and he didn't have money and they basically put it on the tab. This time he has money now.
Jack does?
Yeah, which was just an interesting change. Now he's got money in his wallet. I guess things are good for him now. He's at a party. I just found that interesting.
It is. It is an interesting observation.
Yeah, so Jack finishes up his drink, and then he does like a little shuffle, a little dance out onto the floor.
Oh, my boy's feeling good.
Yeah, he's having a good old time. But then the waiter runs into him, spills drinks all over Jack, and decides, you know what? Hey, we're going to help clean you off. We're going to take you into the men's bathroom, and we'll get this all settled, right?
Is this some rich people stuff? This is rich people stuff.
What?
I was just thinking like this Grady character we're going to meet in a second, do they even exist anymore? Like a butler style?
Well, this is in the 1900s. I don't know.
I know, but did that age out? Do people still have butlers?
Well, he's not like we call him a butler. He's a waiter.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's a butler. Did I say butler?
No, you didn't. I just assumed butler.
Well, he's carrying around drinks. He's like, oh, they do have waiters.
But he
still.
seems knowledgeable too, though. He's like, oh, this stuff, it doesn't come out easy. You got to do this.
Apricot.
Yeah.
There was something funny when Jack, after he gets it spilled on him, he kind of wipes his hand on his shirt, gets some on his hand, and when they walk in the bathroom, he slaps Grady on the back and leaves it on.
Like, on purpose just to get him back?
I think it was a little bit of,
got his get back.
Yeah, get your get back. So Grady and him and go to the bathroom. We got to talk about this bathroom.
Oh, yes. Immediately, you walk in and just the color scheme here.
Dude, pure red walls, like the sinks and the urinals, they're white as can be. It's just this contrasting colors in your face.
It's just like, okay, where are we?
Well, speaking of that, it's an impossible room.
Why is that?
The way they go into it, they take like a right turn and then like the stalls and stuff are in on the right. It would be in the bar. It's impossible.
Interesting.
The layout doesn't make sense.
Which makes sense in a way.
Ish.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking to ghosts at this point. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, you may be thinking, who is this waiter, this guy that ran into him?
You shouldn't be, because I've said the name like 5 times already.
Well, interesting. It's Dilbert Grady. You remember that name?
Yeah, I think Grady has been at this hotel before.
Yes. Well, Jack also recognizes it, and it's funny the way I found this scene very interesting.
I love it too. Let's first say Grady is the person who killed his wife and girls, the twins.
Or is he?
Well, that's what we've been told so far. I know you want to go down theory road. From what they've explained to us, Grady is the one who was the caretaker before. He killed his twin. Well, we're calling them the twins and his wife.
But was it Dilbert Grady?
Huh?
It was a different Grady. They have different names.
What?
Yes.
This isn't the guy that was the
I
caretaker?
don't know if it's not or who he is, but his name in this is Dilbert Grady. That is not the name of the man who killed his kids.
Whoa.
But
okay.
I think it is the same person, possibly.
Okay. Okay. I don't even know what to say to that.
Jack is also dealing with the same thing here. So we're going to walk through Jack getting through this. Because the first thing he hears his name.
We're led to believe this is the same person then.
Correct.
Okay. See, guys, he tried to take us down another little side route. In the movie, we're led to believe this is the guy who killed his family.
Okay. Well,
and Jack thinks that as well.
Right. It's funny because Jack almost has like a little smirk and he's like, Grady. I've heard this name before. Like, hey, this is the dude who killed his family.
Yeah, he's almost like laughing like, wait, how are you here?
Yeah, well, and when he's like processing, he does this weird thing I noticed with his hand where he starts to like fidget with it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Which is really weird. It's just a weird little tick he starts doing. So he looks at Grady. He's like, hey, Mr. Grady, haven't I seen you before? And Grady's like, well, sir, I don't believe so. And Jack is not buying it. You could tell he's like, okay. Yeah, he's like...
he's not going to let this go.
No. He's like, weren't you once the caretaker here, sir? And Grady's like, nope, that wasn't me. And Jack's like, Mr. Grady, you a married man? I love it because he's not going to straight up ask him. He's starting to dig. Like, you married?
He's just kind of poking away.
Right. And Grady's like, well, yes, sir, I have a wife and 2 daughters. Interesting. Jack's like, 2 daughters. Where would you say they are? And Grady's like, oh, they're somewhere in the hotel. And at this point, Jack's like had enough. He's ready to confront Grady on this, right?
Right.
He's like, Mr. Grady, I saw you in the picture in the newspaper. You chopped up your wife and daughters, then you blew your brains out, which is a crazy conversation to have with a ghost person.
It is crazy. And the whole thing is bizarre. Like, what do you say about this? He's talking to a ghost who presumably killed his family, who doesn't remember it. And then now it gets even weirder from what Grady responds to him.
Grady responds and he's like, I don't remember that at all. And Jack goes, Mr. Grady, you were the caretaker here. And Grady's like, I'm sorry to differ with you, sir, but you're the caretaker here. You've always been the caretaker here.
Oh, chills.
Boom.
That line right there it just set off a firestorm of theories now because it's like, what do you mean?
Well, and then he follows that up with, I should know, sir, because I have always been here. So both of them have always been there. How do you even process that?
According to Grady.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
I don't know.
And that's going to tie into the theory of at the end. So we'll just leave that there for now.
Yeah. Is this all Jack's mind? Is it the hotel powers? Is this even the same Grady? We don't know.
Yeah. I don't want to go into the multiple Grady theory. I've never even heard that. That's interesting, though.
They have different first names. Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
I don't care what you say. I don't want to talk about it.
Now Grady starts to look like a little pissed off in here. He's like, demeanor totally shifts on him.
Yeah, it's almost to me like he was playing a game with him, and now he's like, all right, time to get to business now.
Yeah, we both know what's up.
Yeah.
So he tells Jack that Danny, you see, that little boy Danny of yours, he's attempting to bring an outside party into this here situation, which is not a good thing.
It's so creepy because he's talking. We all know now what he's talking about. We all know Jack's on this journey now to kill his family.
Yes, and the outside, we're talking about Hallorann. Danny's trying to communicate with Hallorann. Well, Jack doesn't know who he's talking about at this point. He's like, well, who's Danny trying to bring in? Here's where Grady shows his true colors.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know this. Not a great guy.
Not a good person.
He's not a good guy.
So when referring to Hallorann, he drops the hard R.
Yeah. In-bomb with a hard R at the end. So
there's that to deal with.
Just whatever.
So basically what we know here, Grady bad, very bad
Not
guy.
a good dude.
Danny's using the Shining to communicate with Hallorann.
Yeah.
And they seem to know about this.
Which is the creepy part, which I guess does lend to the theory that the hotel also has the shine. Like they're aware of all this.
It's all Jack's mind and he has the shine and somehow he's manifested
stop
this.
it. That's a deeper theory.
Okay, that's a theory too. Okay, as far as like the Hallorann, there's a lot of scenes with him. Basically what you need to know, he's on his way over to the hotel. He's making his way.
Dude, we almost had 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
know for you guys it's not 2 hours. We're a far ways through though.
Yeah, we're getting there. He calls. There's some scenes where he calls up the Forest Service, has them to check on Wendy. They can't get through. So he's like, "There's problems. I'm gonna come over."
Yeah, because remember he saw kind of what happened. It's unclear what exactly he saw when he was doing his shine.
Well, it was all during that scene with the woman.
Yeah,
so it's like who knows what he saw.
He knows things are bad.
Right. Grady now gives Jack some more info here. He's like, "Hey, Danny and Wendy, they need a little talking to, or maybe even a little bit more than a talking to." You see, Grady's kids didn't like the Overlook Hotel either. In fact, one even tried to light this place on fire, but he had to correct them. And when his wife intervened, he corrected her as well.
And tried to burn it down, but I corrected them, sir. And when my wife tried to prevent me from doing my duty, I corrected her.
I love that you did it. I love that you did it because it was great the way he said it.
He rolled those O's, bro.
It's like, yes, he's talking about killing his family, but he's still distinguished.
Yeah. He's still a gentleman.
Yeah. Just a nice little axing.
Yes. Now, you may be wondering, like, hey, what's Wendy up to? Well, she's freaking the F out. She's trying to figure out what to do with Danny. She's thinking of making a break for it.
Because they're in the room right now, right? Danny and Wendy are still in their room?
Yes, they're in the apartment.
Okay.
So she's thinking of making a break for it with Danny when she hears red rum. She goes into Danny's. I know, terrifying. Poor Wendy, dude. This lady just has been through it all.
And as a younger kid watching this was terrifying. I don't know what it was about this kid losing control in the red rum. I'm like, what the heck is he doing?
Well, he's speaking in a different voice. It's a child. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
So he's doing his red rum thing.
And you're also like, what does this mean? Why is he saying red rum?
Exactly.
Because I didn't know initially, you know?
What does it mean? She goes into Danny's room. He's just like staring. He's got that blank stare on his face. He looks Wendy dead in the eye and he says, "Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance." Just like, what the hell, dude?
I'm like, oh, okay. And I would have just walked out and just ran out of the room, out of the hotel. I'm done with this place. Sorry, we can make another kid with someone else, somewhere else away from here.
I think your dad will take care of you just fine. I'm out.
Yeah, Jack, he's up there. Go ahead.
He also says, "Danny can't wake up, Mrs. Torrance. Danny's gone away, Mrs. Torrance." So that's what Wendy's dealing with, all right?
So what is this? I mean, it really seems like his finger has taken over him. What was it called?
The Shine?
No, what was the thing?
Oh,
friend.
his name? I forgot his name.
But it's like his invisible friend. It's like his imaginary friend took over his body now.
Yeah, and it's like, where is Danny? Is this like Danny communicating through the shine at this point? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know.
Because the friend isn't really giving a whole lot of info here.
Yeah. It's like traumatic. It's like his
Well,
friend's
actually,
like...
so his friend's seeing red rum. Danny's gone. Is Danny witnessing some red rum?
And you know what's interesting? How they figure out the solution to red rum?
Okay, I know. I'm waiting.
Okay.
You don't think I didn't notice what that is?
Dude, you got some like good stuff on this.
I know, dude. I went in deep. Okay, back to Jack. He's now walking through the hotel and he hears that radio go off. Again, the Forest Service trying to get a hold of him. So what does he do? Walks into the radio room and just dismantles it. Starts pulling out these little pieces.
You have to understand, Jack's on what we like to call demon time now.
For real demon time, dude.
He's on his villain arc. He is going down that path.
Yeah. For everyone who thinks they know demon time, this is like real demon time. 8 a.m. Now see the time frame's coming down. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're getting shorter. This thing's building. We're with Mr. Hallorann. He's now on a plane, goes to an airport. Storm's still going strong. I guess lands in Colorado. Calls up his buddy Larry. He's like, hey, Larry, I need a snowcat. Larry's like, cool, I got one for you. I don't know. It was kind of a weird conversation. He did have one for him.
Sure.
The weird thing is Mr. Hallorann doesn't tell Larry like what he's really going there for. He says that Mr. Ullman called him last night. The caretakers are assholes and he's got to go check on him.
Yeah, why didn't he tell people that they might be in trouble?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, then I'm also like, does he really know what's going on up here? He must not know to the extent because he kind of strolls in.
He clearly doesn't. He knows enough that he's worried, but he doesn't know what's going on. He must not. Or else the logical answer would have been like, hey, call the police. We need everyone up there. Something bad's happening.
Well, then I'm also like, did he actually get a phone call from Ullman? Maybe it was like hotel call.
He did quotes, by the way, for you audio listeners.
Yeah, where they told him to come up there, and he actually the whole shine thing wasn't happening near. Like,
oh my God. Okay, stop doing this to us. That's not the movie I watched, all right?
It's thoughts that I have, all right? So anyways, okay, Halloran's going to be in a snowcat. He's heading to the Overlook.
Yes.
Wendy and Danny, now they're watching some cartoons. Wendy's smoking a cig. Danny staring into oblivion, just lost in his own thoughts at this time. Tony's really the only one speaking.
Yeah, Tony, that was his name. Wait, so like where we're at with Jack, they don't know that he's this bad yet, I guess is what's going on. I mean, I know they're afraid of him, but they're still there.
Yeah, because I think last we saw he stormed out of the room.
Yeah, it wasn't like as extreme as we're seeing behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know about the bathroom chats, murder talks, all that.
Yeah.
Wendy decides now that she needs to leave Danny because she's got to talk to Jack and like figure out what they're going to do with the situation. But she's obviously nervous because she does take a bat with her.
I mean, it's pretty clear. Jack, even from what she's seen, he's lost his mind a little bit.
Yeah, I got to have some protection. So she goes up, walks over to his office, but he doesn't seem to be there. The typewriter's there, the desk's there, everything's there. No Jack. All right. She decides to walk over and see what Jack's been working on all this time.
And this is, again, just an iconic scene.
She goes to the typewriter. There's a page in it. She pulls it out and looks. And all that is written on it is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. But it's not written once. It is on the entire sheet. That's all he's written. And then next to it is like a stack of papers. Starts flipping through those. It's all written the same exact thing.
There's so many layers to how creepy this is. It's like on the surface, this dude has just been sitting there writing the same thing over and over, and he's been doing this for a long time. This isn't just like today this happened. I don't think he's ever written anything other than this.
No, I will give it to him though. There is some where he'll indent sometimes. He'll make it paragraph forms.
Yeah, he is.
He'll switch it up a little bit.
In his mind, it's like he's writing something else.
But it comes out one way.
And what's also scary is like this is now where she's really seeing that he has lost his freaking mind.
Yeah, Jack is gone.
And she has realized she is in deep trouble now.
Right. You know what is even scarier than all that? Is that a real person had to type this up.
Shut up.
Kubrick's secretary had to type, I think it was like 500 pages.
You know how awesome that'd be to be her, though? To be like, oh, yeah, I wrote that.
That would be awesome. Think about having to write that. It took like months to do.
I mean, you would go kind of crazy.
You
should delegate. There should be like a group of like 20 people doing that.
Maybe she had some help.
Yeah.
Either way.
Guy on a typewriter, too. That is brutal. People use those things.
I know.
That's
you
crazy.
You can't just copy paste that on.
Yeah. Nowadays, you can just chat GPT it. Like, hey, write me like 500 pages of this.
It's true.
It's not as cool, though.
Back with Wendy, she's looking through the papers. While she's doing that, old Jack sneaks up behind her. And he's like, hey, how do you like it?
What's up, man? Did you read the work of art here?
Wendy now is completely terrified. She's clutching the back. And Jack's voice now gets weird. Did I say back?
Sound like back.
Bat. She's clutching the bat. Jack's voice starts getting a little distorted. And he says, I think we need to discuss what to do with Danny. Like, we got to figure out what should be done with him.
I think we should discuss what should be done.
So while this is happening, we kind of like jump to Danny. I think it gets distorted because we're kind of like hearing it through Danny because he's in like a trance again.
It's so funny because I actually never noticed the distortion until this last time. And I'm like, wait, is this like an upgraded version, like a remastered? I never remember it distorted originally, but I'm sure it was.
I don't either.
But yeah, you're thinking we're looking through Danny, who's kind of watching this.
Yeah, because he's like in a trance. His eyes are like wide open, and he's just staring. And then it gets all weird. So we don't just hear Jack's distorted talking through Danny. We also see the elevator room, and I would say it's hit the critical limit at this point to where the whole thing is blood. Everything is blood.
So here's a question: Where is the elevator?
Okay, they actually show where it is, and it's hard to explain, but there's a scene with Wendy when she's walking, and this will be here in a little bit, where she walks down a hall, and you can see like there's interesting thing is there's these doors, these black doors that look similar with like red siding. She'll take a left from one of those, and on the right, like in a hall, is the elevator. There's multiple elevators. Yeah. And there's actually an elevator that shouldn't exist, but that's, I'm not going to talk about.
Story for a different day. I guess what we're seeing now is that things are boiling over and we're about to reach, you might have already said it, critical mass? Is that a word?
What's that movie, The Snow Climber? Vertical Limit? That's Vertical Limit.
No. Oh, shoot.
Vertical Limit, which doesn't make sense.
That wasn't interesting at all.
Yeah, good thing we looked that up.
Anyways, things are boiling over. We're in a pot. Okay.
Yes. Also, Danny sees the Redrum door. So we see that Redrum written on the door. Back with Jack now, Wendy's just like kind of floundering in this situation. She's trying to like explain to him, like really make it about Danny. Like, hey, Danny needs to be taken to the doctor. Like he needs some help. Because you remember Jack's talking about what to do with Danny. So she doesn't want to go his path.
Well, and she's just trying to talk some sense into him, even though she knows there is no talking to him. But they're playing this game where she's kind of backing up. He keeps kind of pushing towards her.
Right. And Jack's just like mocking her at this point, kind of making fun of her. Now Jack flips it a little bit and talks about how she's really affecting him here because he signed a contract. He's got responsibilities to stay here, which is funny to say because, again, he's not even doing the work. She's doing all the work. Whatever. Wendy's just backing up from him as he's like screaming, yelling at her, ends up on the stairs. And while she's backing up, Jack's like kind of coming at her and she starts to do like these little swings at him.
Just trying to keep him away a little bit, like an animal.
Yeah, and each time she swings, he just keeps kind of getting closer, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to just bash your brains in.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. I'm going to bash them right the in.
Oh, dude, that line was so good, though.
Dude. Psycho.
I loved it because that's when Jack took the mask off. And we all knew, even Wendy and Jack both knew what was going on. He just hadn't said it. Now he's like, hey, here's the deal. I'm going to kill you. So let's stop playing.
Yeah.
You go ahead and put that bat down.
Yeah. I'm going to do my job. You're going to be gone. Well, maybe back in the room or something. Yeah, I don't know how this hotel death works in it. So Jack again keeps coming after. Wendy's, again, she hasn't given the full swing yet, but she's giving him the halves. Jack's like, hey, Wendy, give me the bat. Let's just end this whole thing right now. To which she does. She pulls back, bam, right across the face, knocks him down the stairs.
Down goes Jack.
Down goes Jack. And I will say, I really respected what happened next because Wendy ain't no punk. She ain't going to just walk away and leave this crazy man. No, she grabs him, drags him into the kitchen, into the storage room, shuts the door, and bolts it behind her.
Actually, that is a great move. I was going to say I would have killed him, but that's kind of a big step to take. Would I really kill a person? I don't know if I have that in me. We'll see. Hopefully we don't. I don't know.
Yeah. And he's just like kind of crazy right now. You don't know. I mean, maybe there's something good in there still.
I mean, you imagine it's her husband. Maybe she still kind of loves him. Maybe things will turn around.
But at least she like locked him in this room, and
Yeah.
it's like bolted, so he can't get out.
One would think.
One would think. So she sits down, she kind of kneels on the floor, kind of figuring out what to do, grabs like a big old knife just in case if she needs to use it, which again, very good. I think they did allude that Wendy likes horror movies and stuff. So I would like to think you're a horror movie fan that knows what to do.
He did say that earlier on when he first visited the hotel. That's true.
Right. So props to Wendy for that move.
Great survivor. Good final girl. Well,
Very.
but you're not really final girl-ish.
Yeah, we'll say she is.
She is the final girl.
She is. Now, Jack isn't done like giving up in here. He starts to like plead with Wendy. He's like, you hurt my head real bad. I need a doctor.
I did like that because he got manipulative. You
Oh,
could see
yeah.
him playing the game because we're seeing him on his side. He's trying to make her feel bad for him.
Yes, it doesn't work. Wendy makes a good decision. She's like, nope, you're going to stay in there. But Jack reveals he's got a little surprise. He's like, you know what, Wendy, you want to leave? Why don't you go check that radio out and then go check the snowcat out? Let me know what you find.
He's such an a-hole because he's like laughing. He's like, have fun. You got a big surprise, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy goes out. Snowcat's been disabled.
Yeah, he's stranded them there.
Yeah, they're stuck. It's now 4 p.m. We're moving on. Jack now, he's still in the storage room. He's taking a little nap when there's a knock on the door. He goes over the door and it happens to be old Dilbert Grady, the waiter from the bathroom.
Yeah, the ghost. He's not real.
Yeah, well,
depends what real is. I don't even know anymore.
Grady now takes an interesting approach because he starts kind of almost clowning him for not taking care of his business.
It is interesting. The hotel, I guess they're kind of irritated with him because things aren't going well.
I would say the hotel staff, whatever that may mean to you, is not happy with what Jack's done in this situation. He got played by Wendy.
Yeah. A little embarrassing for the group.
Yes. So Grady says, I and others have come to believe that your heart's not really in this. You haven't the belly for it. And Jack basically is like, hey, give me one more chance. I'll do it. I'll do it.
It's pretty clear they're trying to gas our boy up. He took a hit. He's not doing well mentally. They're trying to give him some energy here.
Yeah, get him back on his path.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Grady basically makes him give him his word that he must deal with it in the harshest way. So you guys know what that means. Then the door gets unlatched and Jack's out. So ghost open door?
Do you know the answer to this already?
Well, there's a couple things.
You're such an idiot. See how he tried to set me up there?
Well, it could be the ghost. That's one theory. It's also that Danny opened the door for him. I don't know how that one plays out. I've just heard that.
That's okay. I've also heard the theory that there's multiple doors.
Correct. Again, it's the Kubrick filming. You think there's only one way. You don't know that.
Yeah, because I was paying attention. I thought I almost saw another door, but I don't know. I don't know if I really saw that or not.
Yeah, they don't really take us around the whole room, but the way that it opens, it looks like a compartment that would only have one door.
Yeah. Also,
Also, it's weird that you bolt on the outside. Why would you lock the door like that?
I don't know.
It's storage, though. Maybe you would. Who knows? It was built a long time ago.
We're going to go with it. The ghost let him out. That's
Sure.
more fun.
Danny now is walking around the apartment, and he's just saying red rum everywhere. He's walking around, red rum, red rum. Poor Wendy. She is dead asleep. Finally got some rest. I don't know how she got rest, but she did. Danny walks over and picks up that knife that she had. Remember, she picked up the knife outside of Jack there? He then grabs some lipstick, goes to the door, and writes red rum. Interesting, though, when he wrote the DNR backwards. I didn't notice that. Don't know why, but he did.
He's a kid. He's still working on it.
I did think as a kid that would be hard to write that word backwards.
My kids, they screw up the R's all the time.
As an adult, I would have a hard time with that.
Absolutely.
Now, poor Wendy, dude. Again, think of this. She is dead asleep, been through all this like trauma already, just knocked her husband out. She wakes up to her child holding a knife and lipstick, screaming red rum in her face.
It's not even just screaming. It got progressively worse, which it's like building that intensity too. And like you said, Jack is gone insane. There's ghosts in this freaking hotel. This kid's shouting red rum. What the heck does that mean? Like, I just woke up. Ugh.
Well, she's going to figure out what it means because she looks up at the mirror, and in the mirror, you can see that door. And that red rum, you know what it spells backwards?
Murder.
Red rum!
So the mirror reveals the truth.
I think we just
Yet
end
again.
the podcast right there.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
mean-
Hey guys, catch us on the next
Yep, see
one.
you guys later.
We're doing Evil Dead soon. Dude, it's so good. I got chills. That was so good when you realized it meant murder the whole time. He's trying to warn you, just had no idea. It's almost as good as Nilbog. Shout out to Trolls 2 episode. Our members, you guys know.
If you don't, you know what? If you don't know, go watch the episode.
If you don't know, become a member and go watch our Troll 2 episode.
Well, Wendy here has no time to process the situation because Jack has gotten out of the room, found himself an axe, and he's at the apartment door. So Wendy now decides she's got to do something. She goes into the bathroom, locks the door. At the same time, Jack is like chopping through the front door. So Wendy goes to the bathroom, locks it up, takes Danny to the window, pushes him out to what I would call the most badass snow slide.
Well, very fortunate. The snow went all the way up to the bottom of the window, or maybe halfway up. So that's the thing. They open up the window, but it's hard to get out. There's not a lot of room there.
Yeah, and they're like it seems like they're I think they are on the second floor.
Yeah, pretty high up. But the snow there's so much snow. It's gotten that high up to where Danny just like gets out, like you said, and just slides down.
Just a smooth slide out.
I mean, it was a terrifying day, but you know that slide was sick.
He had to have a blast doing that. Wendy now tries to crawl out the window, but she gets stuck. She can't fit through it.
Not enough room.
Not enough room. She's stuck. At the same time, Jack has now gotten through the front door. He's now at the bathroom door, and he starts doing a little pigs, come let me in. I'll huff and puff and blow your house in. So straight insanity talk.
And I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
And it's just terrifying. Jack's got his axe, and he's just chopping down the door.
Just chopping through it. He starts giving like full axe swings to the door. Meanwhile, Wendy's like tucked up in the corner with her knife, just screaming, not knowing what she's going to do, right?
Yeah, and again, Wendy is so freaking weird looking in real life. It's just disturbing. The whole thing is just weird. Like, you feel her terror. Like, she does a great job. You really feel that.
Dude, she is like screaming her head off, and she looked scared.
Yeah. I mean, probably because Jack Nicholson's a psycho.
Yeah, I would be scared too.
He's probably throwing that axe around in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, if you watch, they have this scene, the behind the scenes, and he's nuts. Like, he looks crazy.
I believe it.
Now, Jack breaks a hole in the door, and it seems just enough to fit his little head through. So he sticks it through, and he says, "Here's Johnny."
Here's Johnny.
Such a crazy thing to say in the moment.
I think he improvised that, and it's like the most iconic line in the movie.
I mean, it's awesome. No more games. I'm here, and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
So he reaches in, tries to unlock the door. Wendy takes a swing with her knife, ends up stabbing his hand. At the same time, Hallorann has now arrived at the hotel in that snowcat. Jack hears it, basically leaves Wendy, and goes to investigate.
Yeah, so that actually probably saved Wendy. I don't think Wendy was going to get out of that situation. Maybe she could have used the knife, but it wasn't looking good.
No, it would have been tough. Danny now, remember, he escaped out the window. He doubled back into the hotel, ended up going into the kitchen and hiding in a metal cabinet. Now, my first thought of this, do you know what it was? Have you seen
Jurassic
this before?
Park.
Dude, immediately I'm like, this is the scene from Jurassic Park. That's because Steven Spielberg used this scene as inspiration.
Oh, of course.
And I was, because it totally, I was like, oh, I've seen this before.
100%, yeah.
Interestingly, Jack left Wendy again. He heard that snowcat, but he happens to be right where Danny is. And he's like searching around the area.
Which is terrifying. Just thinking like you're hiding from someone trying to kill you.
Yes, your giant father compared to you, you know.
The most dangerous game of hide and seek.
Well, Hallorann, he pulls up, he gets out of the snowcat, walks to the front door, and it's open. Like, it's kind of opened up. So he's like, huh, interesting. He walks inside and starts yelling like, anybody here? Hello? But no one's answering. It seems completely empty.
Yeah, and it's like dead quiet too.
Yeah, dead quiet. It's going to be super dead quiet here in a second. So we cut over to Jack, and Jack now hears Hallorann yelling. So Jack's now going to go investigate this situation. So he's walking over. As he walks, by the way, he passes elevator doors.
Oh, interesting. And also, he's got a mad limp now.
Yeah, when he went down the stairs, he hurt his ankle or something.
Which is cool because it gives him an even crazier look.
Yeah, if you didn't think he was crazy enough, it just adds a little bit more. Hallorann walks through the hotel lobbies, like at the reception area, and every time he's walking, there's these big pillars he's walking by.
Again, you're waiting for this.
And he gets to the last pillar. As he starts to walk by, here comes Jack flying from behind it with an axe strike right to the chest.
Not only that, he screams. He just gives like a raw and hits him, and then kind of tries to like jerk I don't even really know what he's doing, the axe, but it looks like maybe he's trying to get it out of him. And our boy Dick's gone.
Yeah, that's a one-shot drop.
Shining didn't show you that one, I guess.
No, but while he did do that, we did cut to an image of Danny screaming. So I didn't know if that was Shine or I think he actually did scream because Jack seems to know where he is.
To me, I felt like that was the Shine. Like Danny knew that his buddy just got killed.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I took
Danny
that
is like right near him, and then he runs out of his hiding spot.
Yeah, so whatever.
Is what it is.
So poor Dick's gone.
Yeah, Dick, R.I.P.
Legend. Sorry, side note, I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the book, in the second one, Dr. Sleep, I don't think he dies. I think he lived.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just side note. I hope I'm right. If I'm not, correct me.
I kind of wish he would have lived, but it didn't happen here.
Yeah. Like I said before, you need some stakes, right? We need someone to go down, and poor Dick was the only choice here.
Yeah, I mean, now you know Jack's fully 100% gone.
I mean, we already kind of knew that. I think they were long past that.
Yeah, true. So Jack now is chasing Danny. We're going to get back to that. But first, back to Wendy. Again, she got left by Jack in that apartment. She ends up leaving it. And now she's kind of running around the hall with her knife, and it appears that she's made of rubber.
Why do you say that?
She's got this weird way she moves.
She does have a weird one, but to me that gave off the vibe of she's kind of barely keeping it together here, you know?
Well, whatever. She's going to need everything because it's about to get freaking weird. There's a change that occurs right here.
But again, they're showing you this the whole time. Things are just, again, the elevator, it's boiling over now. Now that even the hotel's all right, we've had this fake disguise on. We're going to show you what's really going on here.
Right. So Wendy, she goes up these stairs. Then all of a sudden you're hearing this demonic chant start playing. Music has gotten weird.
Yeah, Wendy hears it. She's like, what is going on?
Yes, things are strange. And it's about to get stranger. You see, Wendy sees an open door at the end of the hall up here. And as she looks in, she sees a man, I assume a man, someone in a dog costume, bent over on a bed with the ass open.
Oh, was it?
I believe the ass was open.
Was this your imagination?
Not
sure?
I'm talking the costume had it open. I could be wrong. That could be a yellow print. My eyes aren't great.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. But...
I don't know if you... I don't know if you want to look that deep into that.
Yeah,
okay. Either way, that's not really the weird part about it, because as the dog comes back, so does some old white dude that apparently this dog is giving a BJ to. How do you process that?
But that's what makes it so freaking good. It's what the heck? So disturbing. Why are they there? Obviously, they're ghosts. Why are they showing us that? What is this?
Okay, so...
Are they both men? I think they are.
I know I wasn't going to say more about that one theory with Danny and Jack and the abuse thing. Oh, this is the scene I was talking about, though.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking about.
No, I'm just throwing. I forgot. We've been going for a long time. I forget what I brought.
Okay.
So
we're
anyway.
going so long, we're going to start it over again. Just go in a circle.
Also, I believe this scene was from the book.
Okay.
So that could explain why it got put in. Maybe Kubrick was just making fun of how ridiculous a scene it is. I don't know.
But again, it's just so disturbing and weird and bizarre.
Yeah.
Which I love in a horror movie like this. It's just that's an iconic scene too now. It's everyone knows that scene. Especially when you're younger, you're wait, what?
Yeah. What did I just see? Mom.
I mean...
Dad? Either way, the weirdest part too, to me, one of the creepiest parts of it is they both sit up and then they turn and stare at her.
Yeah, they acknowledge her. Yeah. It's not like she's just watching, they're oblivious. They're like, oh yeah, did you like what you saw?
Did you check this technique out?
Yeah.
You learned something, Wendy.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now she's totally losing it. She's freaking out, okay?
Understandably.
We cut back to Danny. Wendy's going nuts in the hotel. Danny's now running outside. Takes off. Jack's hobbling after him. Danny decides, you know what? We got to lose him in the maze. Runs into the maze with Jack chasing after him.
Not to mention, let's also say, we're in the middle of a snowstorm. It is. Snows everywhere. It snows deep. It's just like a blizzard out there.
Right. So now we have Jack chasing Danny. Wendy now goes around the hotel, ends up finding Hallorann's body, turns around, and there's a dude with a massive head wound, and he was a guy from the party. And he looks at her and he says,
Great party, isn't it?
Dude, so freaking disturbing. What? That wasn't Grady?
No, that was not Grady.
Okay, man.
Different guy.
Yeah, again, to me, that's the house acknowledging, hey, what's up, Wendy? We've been here the whole time.
Obviously, Wendy's in a bad situation. Now, here's where it gets interesting to me. I don't know what this means. I'm just going to tell you what happened.
Can't wait to hear.
There was do you remember I told you by the elevators, there's that black door? For some reason, she runs to that black door, opens it, and then it just cuts.
Oh.
We cut to Danny. So I don't even know what that door is.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm way off on that. It's something, whatever. We're with Danny now. All they show us now is Danny running through this maze, and then we cut right back to Wendy.
So it's almost like they didn't want you to see where where she went through.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's interesting. I don't know.
Maybe it was just the room to the reception area because that's where she ends up, like in the front of the hotel again.
Could have been nothing.
She's like, she's running through a bunch of rooms. I don't know if it's a reception or she's in the gold room.
Hey, no one cares.
Either way,
we can move on.
Either way, the more interesting part is it's old and now everything's covered in cobwebs and there's like skeletons all around.
Yeah.
And here's where I think actually Grady is as a skeleton holding the drinks.
Oh, okay.
So it's weird because now you're like, well, it's a room full of skeletons. Obviously, that shouldn't be there, but that's who Jack was hanging with.
I guess they're just haunting her now. I don't know.
It was also really weird in this movie to throw skeletons in on that. It kind of felt off a little. It just felt like a weird scene. Apparently, I think in the UK, this wasn't in the movie. Like, they cut some of this out.
Yeah, it is weird, but again, I like that it's just a weird movie. It's like, okay, I don't even have to fully understand why it's there. I'm like, okay, I'm just riding with it now.
Some of us question things.
Yeah. It's maybe a little too much.
Well, after this, Wendy ends up getting to the elevator and now the blood starts pouring out of it again. So she's witnessing it. We've all seen it. Now she gets to see it.
Yeah, that is the interesting thing I guess we're seeing is that Wendy's finally getting her eyes open to what's really going on. She hasn't really seen anything.
Correct.
Now she has.
Now she she definitely has.
Finish this movie.
Back with Danny. Now, Danny ain't stupid, so he's running through this maze. He's leaving a lot of tracks behind him. Jack is on his tail, but Jack's a little slow, so he's got a little time.
Danny now pulls off like a legendary move and a ballsy move on his part.
Dude, to think of this on the fly is pretty good. So he's getting chased by Jack through this maze in the snow. Jack's following his footsteps. He doesn't know where he's going if he doesn't have the footsteps.
And keep in mind, Danny probably doesn't know where he's going because this is a freaking giant maze in the snow.
Yeah, so Danny backtracks through his steps, ends up veering off to the side and covering up his tracks.
Yeah, he steps in his steps backwards, so it looks like he just went one way and then just the steps are gone.
Just disappeared.
But he couldn't have gone too far off the path, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, you're going to have to sit there and hope that your father buys this.
I know, it's a tough one. By the way, would you say that we have to know our past to save our future?
Know our past to save our future?
Like he's going back, he's acknowledging his past, going backwards in those footsteps in order to save his future. That was also a theory. I'm just throwing it out.
All right.
That was a deep,
dude, I'm burned on this.
That was a deep one that I wasn't even buying.
I'm just like, F you, man. I don't care.
Jack ends up making it to the end of the Danny trail. He just like, I guess, acknowledges he must have kept running. Footsteps disappeared, whatever. He takes off on a side path. So Danny does get away.
So it works. So now you're like, okay, well, what's Danny going to do?
He runs out of his hiding spot. How do you get out of the maze? You follow your footsteps back to safety.
Genius. So his dad's out there following nothing.
Yeah, he's deep in maze world. Right. Totally lost.
And psychotic. So it's like, you're not really thinking straight either.
Right. Now, Wendy comes running out of the house with her knife as Danny's coming out of the maze. They meet up, jump in the snowcat. They're off to safety.
You might be wondering what snowcat. That was the one Dick brought up for them. Nice enough to leave it. Unfortunately, his body's still there, but they left without him.
Yes. So Dick's, they didn't pick him up and take him with him. That's for sure. So they're off to safety. Jack now, he's getting a little cold. He's walking around this maze, getting a little bit lost. He decides to take a seat. As soon as Jack takes a seat, we have an abrupt cut that goes from Jack being alive to Jack being completely frozen. One cut. There is no like dilly-dallying, hanging out with Jack.
And now we have the iconic scene of Jack frozen with that just crazy look on his face.
Yes, and if you guys, that scene's a lot, but we're about to take it to another level because we got to take a little adventure through this hotel one more time.
Yeah, so Jack's dead. You know, Danny and Wendy, they're safe. Dick's also dead, so that's where we're at. Let's go back into the hotel for a little peek at what's going on inside.
Yeah, so we venture into the hotel. We're kind of flying through, and we hear
almost like a drone shot before drones existed.
Yeah, yeah. We hear some music playing, and then we go to the wall of the pictures. I don't remember if this is in the gold room or right outside of it. Either way, it's near it. And we seem to focus on one picture in the very middle.
And you're kind of watching, like, what are they trying to show us here?
Yeah, so we're zooming into this picture, and it's like, as it gets closer, it's like the ballroom. It seems like the gold room we've seen many times at this point. It's filled up with a giant party, and they're all kind of standing around. It seems like there's one dude in the center, and as you zoom in, we see it's Jack in this picture.
Dude, you're like, wait, Jack's in the picture? And this is an old picture taken hundreds of years ago. No, I don't know when it was taken, but it was taken a long time ago.
Well, I can tell you exactly when, because the picture's labeled. And on that picture, it says, Overlook Hotel, July 4th Ball, 1921.
Is that the end?
That's the end of the movie. By the way, he was I'll leave you with one last one of the the theories. He's in the, I think it's Baphomet pose where they have one arm up and one arm down. It's like demonic imagery type stuff. He happens to be in that pose.
I mean, interesting. Dude, what a freaking movie. So yeah, they leave you with that picture of him and you're got to be thinking, what does that mean? Was he always there? Was he a ghost?
I don't even know at that point.
Did you look up the theories on this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I read some or heard some.
I think there's two theories that I find interesting. And I'll go with the second one is what I probably believe. The first one is that he now, since he was in the hotel and he did this act or whatever, he's become a part of it. Like the hotel absorbs these souls or whatever, right? So now he's a part of the hotel. He lost his mind, whatever.
Okay.
The second one is I'm kind of on board with that. There's some sort of reincarnation type thing happening to where he was there, he's coming back, and now he's just repeated the cycle.
Which would make somewhat sense with like the Grady situation.
Exactly. You've always been there. I would know I've been here. Like it just kind of keeps going on this evil cycle. I kind of lean towards that route. I love it either way though.
Oh.
It's great. Just seeing him there is just so like what?
It just gives you so much to process after you already have a ton of stuff to process.
And it just gives me chills. It's like, oh my God, he was there the whole time. He's always been this way.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Leave us a comment. Let us know. We're not done. I just want to hear what people's thoughts are.
All right.
Let's get to our final rating. This is God. We are deep in this pod.
We knew we were going to go. It's one of our favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. I don't like to, I told you, I don't like to give that label yet, but
let's hit it, the final rating.
I mean, dude, you guys have seen, we've said it all. The acting's amazing. I love the cinematography. The music is so freaking good. The story is just bizarre in all the best ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, this is like, I want to give it a 10, but I don't like giving things 10s. It's a 9.9. Oh. It's as close as you get to a 10 for me. I mean, you know what? No, forget it. I'm going 10. Boom. It's a 10. Because not only is it great in all those ways, at the time in my life in which I watched it, being younger when I saw it, I've always loved this movie. I've thought it's terrifying. There's just scenes that have like imprinted in my head from this movie. I loved it. Love everything about it.
I got to be honest with you too. This has got to be a 10 for me. This is the first time we're going to tie and a 10. And I don't want to give it a 10 either because I don't like giving it the top-notch ranking. I just don't think I could like a movie more than this. I mean, you could tie it, sure, maybe. It's not even necessarily my wheelhouse. I usually like comedy horror, but this one nailed it, and like I love deep diving it. And I don't even feel like I deep dove it enough. I could do another podcast on all the theories and breaking everything down.
Dude, and it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Each scene I find so interesting. And especially, I guess it's the acting too. They all do such a good job, and Jack Nicholson is so weird. It's like each time I watch and the things that are going on around and Kubrick's design of it, it's just interesting.
Dude, the fact that he made impossible rooms, I mean, I love it.
We're big into like mystery houses. I always wanted like little trapdoors too.
Yeah. Like the Winchester Mystery House, that weird stuff. I'm in 100%.
Doors that open up to nothing or that just don't even open at all. Staircases into the wall. I'm down for it.
All right, we're going to do some survival rules, some trivia. Survival rules, these are going to be quick, down and dirty because you know what? It's a weird movie. Sure. I don't even know what to really say about it, to be honest. I just threw stuff on here. Get out of abusive situations. Don't be in those.
Yeah.
Try your best. Listen to life's red flags. There was a lot of them in this movie. Maybe Wendy waited around a little too long.
Yeah. Going there with Jack was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think we all knew that.
When being chased in a snow-covered maze, be creative. Confuse your attacker.
Okay.
That worked, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're in that situation, sure.
Use the cold to your advantage. Sure, we'll go with that.
I think I need to create my own versions of these.
You could. I just throw them up here. Wendy, I just wanted to acknowledge again, great job locking him in the storage closet. If you don't want to murder the killers, and a lot of these killers deserve to be murdered, this one made sense. At least lock him in a room. Now, I would say check for a secondary door.
Yeah, and I will say, like, it's not easy to kill someone, I imagine. That's a lot to put on, like, yourself for the future. You got to think about that. So
your son's husband, you're alone. Now you got to have, how are you going to explain that too? All right, let's jump to some trivia. Hey, we got some theories here. This is going to be quick. I'm just going to, bullet point the type of theories that there are. And these are only some of them.
We've been going so long, you're losing your voice.
I know. The Western killing of Native Americans taking the land. That's a big part of this movie. I do think it plays into this movie and you see glimpses of it. Some people just think it's like the whole movie.
Okay.
Another one, the Holocaust. The typewriter's German. It also changes colors in the movie. That's a weird thing that happens. Take that what you will. Child abuse. We talked about it. One we didn't mention, moon landing conspiracy. Stanley Kubrick also, I believe, got hired by NASA to do some shots. They think he filmed the moon landing, and that what we saw the moon landing is actually what he filmed, and he gave some hints in here. For one of them, Danny's wearing like an Apollo shirt at one point.
They're saying that's him kind of giving a wink to the crowd like, hey.
But I've also heard that Apollo looked very phallic shaped. Could be another theory.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, dude. I heard that.
Dude, all I know is I don't know what to believe about the moon landing. That stuff's crazy.
It is interesting to think that someone I could get on board.
We don't need to do
this. You know
this.
what?
We don't need to do this. Sorry,
we can't do
another
that right
podcast.
now.
We got to get out of here.
Stephen King, he wrote the script. Kubrick didn't use it. I already told you guys that. Lots of beef between the two. In fact, Kubrick took a shot at King because I guess he comes up in a bug. In the book, it was written as a red bug, but Kubrick just changed it, probably just F with King, made it a yellow bug. But when Hallorann is coming in, he passes an accident scene where a semi is taken out a red bug.
Oh, that's funny.
So it was a little shot at him there.
Right.
Room 237 originally was 217, but the hotel made him change it. It was the Timberline Lodge in Oregon, and they thought people wouldn't want to stay in the room.
Well, so did 237 not exist?
Well, they switched it to, I guess it was originally 217 in the book.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it did. Well, wait, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why would they name it 237?
There must not be a 237.
Okay.
The actor who played Danny didn't know he was in a horror movie. They told him it was just like a drama.
Dude.
So he thought he was in a drama. He didn't realize it was horror till like years later.
Dude, he did a great job. I mean, he didn't really have to say too much, but it worked.
Also think it's crazy. He thinks he's in a drama and he starts talking with his finger. He improvised that.
Yeah, what did he think he was in?
I don't know. Shelley Duvall lost her hair during the filming because Kubrick apparently made him redo these scenes about 150 times or something. It was like one of the most brutal shoots. I think Scatman, who is Dick, him and her, I think, have been openly like talked about how brutal it was, like psychotic brutal.
Well, hey, dude, you created an awesome movie, so worth it?
Hopefully you made tons of money.
Yeah, I hope so. You're famous now, so there you go.
It's true. Jack took the role to another level because in order to appear seething in the film, this dude ate only cheese sandwiches for 2 weeks, a food that he hated.
Oh my God.
That's
crazy. Well, hold on. Like, you say cheese sandwich. You talking about like grilled cheese?
He just said cheese sandwiches. He hated eating it, and he purposefully ate it for 2 weeks to come off seething.
That's cool. Okay.
Crazy. The snow maze was not snow at all. It was salt and styrofoam, 900 tons.
Wow. Great job. Would not have guessed that.
No. Special shout out to our family members, Nicole Pets Cats, Matthew C., Frederick Bree, Crazy Meg, Freaky Frog, aka Lena, I see that name change, Vane, Patreon, Tanner, and Nicole Pets Cats. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you guys, family members. Seriously, we appreciate it so much. All the support helps.
Dude, we went deep on this one. We got to just finish it up. Thank you guys all for the support. Thank you for listening. If you're here this long, you know what? I don't got nothing to say to you. Thank you.
Hey, if you like The Shining, leave us a review.
I knew you couldn't help but to plug something.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was a blast. I was looking forward to this. This is our favorite movie. I think I can say that now, I guess.
It was a lot of fun to do.
Oh, dude, I could talk about it more.
Well, I got to work tomorrow. I got to get up at 4, so let's end this one.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.